Ryan, we made it. The end of another book. End of the book party, let's go now. We're gonna see the end of winter's hard by now tonight. Let's go.
That's right. And welcome to the Leafcast, a first-time reader show based on the big fantasy series Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan, and I am currently hiding and waiting and surviving.
And I am Ryan's brother Dan, and if wishes were horses, beggars would ride.
And this is the Leafcast. We are the way of the leaf. And this is episode 154. And we are starting on chapter 30, and we're going all the way to the end of the book. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for following along on this journey. And what a journey it has been. All right,
journey. Ryan, we're hitting every roadside attraction. We're hitting all the local favorites. We're going to the diner, and we're sitting at the counter.
Dan, we're gonna platinum this game.
We're gonna platinum this game.
Yeah,
we're hitting every achievement. But it's not only us, Ryan.
Oh no! It can't be.
Do we wait though? Should we kill time? Should we kill time for a second?
Yeah, listen. So yeah, we're killing time.
Hey, Ryan. Knock knock.
Who's there?
I ate Mop.
I ate Mop who?
You're gross. You ate your poo.
Oh my goodness. All right. So I know everyone is here today. Because they
Ryan,
are...
knock, knock.
Yeah, okay, who's there?
I drink my
I drink my spoo. Who?
Gross!
Okay. Yeah. So, do you have any more knock-knock jokes?
I'm sure I do. Do you want another one?
154 episodes. That's insane.
That's a lot.
We've gone through like so many first time readers, man. We were going through them like dirty rags, and now we finally got some to stick.
Knock
knock. Yeah, go on.
That's not what. No, that's not how knock knock. I don't say knock knock and you go, yeah, go on. All right, let's try this again.
All right.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
I totally roll around in my.
I totally roll him out of my poo hoo.
Oh, you're gross.
Okay, I stepped on that rake again. When will I learn? All right, so speaking of stepping on rakes, let's bring our guest in.
Oh. Hey, they're waiting. Knock. Oh, no. Josh has to pry himself away from it. I love it. You are muted, my dear, so you know. Okay.
So cute. Look at Josh all in the dark over there. Buddy, we need a light on you.
Oh, there he is.
A little better. There we go.
Oh, there's a sweet cunt.
So, Mogida Ryan? Did I get that right with your quote?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah, you were Mogida Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason I'm here is because some fucker is stroking his Kasura.
Right, Gideon.
Yeah. His
Calendar?
Kasura.
Oh yeah.
Which I mean, like when I'm alone,
It's a
that's all good.
State way of saying it.
Brother Dan, is that a Kasura around your neck? And who's I finally revealed it. What Angreal is it?
I just, it's just, it might be a well.
It might be a well.
Yeah, just
Daddy
at the
looks so
movie theater, and I
pretty.
can't really. Yeah.
It's a substitute for Viagra.
No, it's all right. It's what's her name? Jolie. Angelina Jolie. She and I dated for a little bit, and that's her blood.
Cool.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
And
She
Amber.
loved me. I was. It was fun.
Were you before or after
Was
the
it the
pit?
shoulder flaps that drove her away?
What's it?
As
Say
long
again?
as you were
The
pre-pit.
shoulder flaps that drove her away, huh?
You know what? I think she's still a
The
flap
shoulder
girl. If you were to ask her.
Once you go flap, you never go back.
I cannot contain them in this dress. They're
I
just
noticed.
popping out. Ladies, do you know what I'm talking about?
Right?
Flaps?
I do. I do.
Holy. The eyes up
Some of
my eyes
us
are here,
do.
guys. Not here. Okay.
Post-child, I think we understand
My
flaps
eyes.
not being contained.
Gross.
Um.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Mm. You know what? I like places like Ibiza where you don't have to cover your shoulder flaps.
Yeah. Exactly. Me too.
Ibiza.
Ibiza
Yeah.
and Barcelona.
In Barcelona.
Hey, brother
We're
Dan,
not here to butcher the Spanish language.
Why
We're
don't you
here
go?
Mm.
to finish this damn awesome book. And I just overall view, guys. What'd you think?
I liked it. I think I consistently liked it every week.
Uh-huh.
That's all. That's as deep as I can really think right now.
No, I think
liked
that's a
it.
very fair assessment. Josh?
I'll give you more in a second. Let me think about it.
I feel for everyone who had to wait for the next book to come out.
Good. All right. That's an endorsement, I think.
Mhm.
Sure.
Well,
Oh, I liked that we had a lot of Matt in this book. We got a lot of like Matt progress happening too. So it was like he wasn't just stagnant or like sick the whole fucking time, and like delusional. He was actually like aware and doing shit and like becoming the Matt that I see people cosplay as, which is fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we didn't. There wasn't much Perrin near the end either.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm so good with that. Very little Perrin and a lot of Matt and a lot of Rand and his story progressing. And hey,
I personally miss the big parent energy.
Yeah. Well, they're all these chapters are all hanging out in farmatting for the most part, and Matt's trying to get out. He's plotting here. It's chapter 30. It's called Cold Fat Raindrops.
Well, so I want to say the thing that I said in text, which is, I really feel like whatever's going to happen between here and Tarmin Gaiden probably could have already happened by the end of book 9.
yeah. I don't know if I totally agree with that, but like I think it's really stretched out
Like this
a
book
bit.
didn't progress the story much, and I get that we got lots of character development, but I don't watch soap operas for a reason.
Oh snap!
Bro, they cleanse the taint.
That's a bird.
They cleanse the taint. And
Cleanse
he's,
the
Exactly.
I mean,
the taint
yeah,
is
they-
cleansed,
they-
so I feel
they-
like there was a
Or did they?
Sorry, Kay, go ahead.
there was a big thing accomplished though, so I liked that about this book also. But you didn't like that? Did
On
you
the
not
fucking
feel
last
accomplished?
page of the book.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
True.
yeah.
Yeah.
Robert Jordan.
Read the Bible. The same thing.
That's like
Oh,
like
no.
for fucking 9
Yeah.
500 plus page book.
It's called edging.
Happened already. Come
Okay,
on.
fair point.
What the fuck?
Fair point.
All right. We're not going to say you're wrong in front of so many people. Thank you for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe.
Hey.
So chapter 30 is called Cold Fat
That's why we
Raindrops.
do this, because Josh hates these books. I'm kidding.
Yeah, this is why we do it. It's you. It's not the books that keeps them coming back every week. It's you.
Exactly.
All of you.
Josh is like, what are these feelings I'm having? I'm being manipulated. This author sucks.
Why did he wait till the last page?
Feelings in my everyday
Oh my
life.
God,
Let me go read
Freya,
the book
are
for
you
that.
serious, baby girl?
So, Cold Fat Raindrops. Matt is like getting everything together. He's like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to meet down here. We're all going to go to the stables. We're going to bone out like chicken without bones. So we're going to be boneless. That's how boned out we're going to go.
Nice.
Yeah. He's like, he wants to get out before Tylen comes, of course. He hears from Oliver that he got dumped by Rizal, but Rizal's getting married because of her marvelous bosom. Knew she was gonna get picked up right off the bat. Oliver's what
do you say? Like he was no match for her bosom or something like?
Oh my God. Yeah, with tits like that, a girl doesn't stay single for long, huh?
More or less. And Oliver says, I don't think her husband would like her to keep reading me or teaching me to read. I would not if I were her husband. So it's like, that he was just like,
jeez, just motorboating.
That's how he said his vows.
Matt talks to Beslin. He's like, all right, you're part of the plan, Beslin. He's like, I know, to victory. And he's like, no, Beslin, you're going to set fires over there. He's like, I know, but I want to go to victory. But the plan is, I mean, if Beslin's involved, then Tylen will be implicated, and he doesn't want any of that shit. So he's like, you go get shit-faced in an inn. You're nowhere near those fires, and make sure it happens. Got it, buddy? And he's like, to victory. Yeah. But he seems like he's going to do what he's going to do. He goes back to get the Ashendare. And what do you know? There's, hold on. Is it there yet? Ding from the clock like a piece of crystal tapped with the spoon. Ding. Oh, this is when he's just sitting around waiting. He's in his apartment. And he's just sitting there. The light's going down. He's like, "Fuck, I can't go until I gotta wait." And it's just him sitting there talking, thinking about shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not important. So it's nighttime. It's like in a few minutes. There's like these 4 cloaks appeared. It's Agyanan, Doman, and a couple Solon. And he's like, well, I need to go to the kitchen, go to the attic or the kennels as well. But he has 2 Solon, and he's like, all right, let's just split. We're ready to go. And that's pretty much the chapter, is them gathering up to go. I'm sure I missed stuff that you want to talk about, but that's it in a handbasket.
The prophecy saying that he had died, or like the dying.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find that.
Die.
He'd been told that he was fated to die and live again. Yeah, a prophecy or near enough one, but he was pretty sure that had already happened.
Mm-hmm.
It did on the tree. Yeah. When Rand saved him.
On the tree?
Yeah, on the tree in Ruidian.
And that is the interesting thing, is whether he was dead, I guess, and Rand brought him back.
We didn't seem to think so.
Yeah.
Or hurt enough to death, anyhow.
No.
So yeah.
There's 2 little bits in here where. So this is Matt's POV. So what is, I guess for me, the important bit is here is like, what is the lens that Matt is seeing himself through, and how is he representing himself in the text. And there's this paragraph here. Sitting back, Matt rested his hands on the bamboo carved arms of the chair and frowned. He wanted to rest his hands anyways, but his signet ring made a metallic clicking on the gilded wood as he tapped his fingers. So there's this like recognition of intentionality, but then a recognition in himself of what's actually happening. And that threw me a little bit. Like, I don't think of Matt as being that meta aware of himself. And it kind of took me out of like the story a little bit. I don't know if that happened to anyone else, but there's this other one too. In the 2 paragraphs down, Matt tried not to sigh. He almost succeeded. So,
that part, I was going to mention that part, Josh, because that's the part that I was thinking about when you were talking about this. And yes, I agree with you.
That's 2 paragraphs down. Yeah.
It did feel a little bit weird, right? Like, this isn't Matt. Like, he's all of a sudden really insightful. Watching himself.
His own sense of self-awareness that's been portrayed in the book up until this point. And so it just stands out. And it felt kind of incongruous. I don't know. It ties into my feeling like Robert Jordan as Matt. This even more reifies that for me. Like, that it's here what we're seeing in a way is the breaking down of the fourth wall, is one way you could interpret it, is because Robert Jordan sees himself as Matt, the author then use his own perspective to self-reference Matt's internal state, which is what's happening in both of these sentences, right? The author is, as Matt, recognizing Matt's own state and then portraying it to us as a reader. Simply, like, that's literally the mechanism that's happening. So I use that again as another argument in my Robert Jordan writing himself into the part of Matt more and more.
Okay. So you don't think that you couldn't see Rand noticing that his finger was tapping by the ring and going, "Oh, I got to stop that"?
Rand might, but he would do it through the mechanism of the other voice in his head, right? There's a literary device already built into the text to allow Rand to have self-referential knowledge of his own actions.
Okay.
Whereas Matt doesn't have that.
Okay.
So these stand out. I mean, I don't know. They stood out to Kay. They stood out to me.
And I hear what you're saying. I think, okay. The way I read it, I'll tell you the way I read it was that he wouldn't have noticed that his fingers were being fidgety except for the ring tapping on the wood. So he was anxious.
Anxiously. He's anxious. Yeah, absolutely.
And so he's like, he keeps tapping the thing. So,
but the Matt tried not to sigh. He almost succeeded. Doesn't.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
And there's a third one as well, if I can find it. Also on this page.
It's kind of, there's like a lot of just like him watching himself almost, right? And so like that.
And again, he could just be becoming more self-aware. I mean, people grow. There's personal growth. I get it. And he does, like, what...
It does happen very quickly, though.
Yeah, but he's also been going through a lot. And he's now back to himself. He's no longer Tylan's plaything at this point in the chapter.
Yeah.
He's back to being Matt. He's in his own clothes. He's, quote, dictating his own reality, right? So maybe what we're seeing here is the self-growth, the personal growth of returning to oneself after a hiatus of being abused and under someone's thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there's a lot of different ways you can spin it.
Maybe he had like a lot of time to think and reflect on what he really wants because he was in this fucked up relationship, where the woman had all the power and he like really was doing some reflecting that we just didn't see. Maybe that happened. I don't know.
Okay, Shanahan. I mean, he is definitely meta, and I mean, the Lux thing is another way that he's meta about his own reality, creating his own reality. Although with the Luck, he doesn't really understand it. Not that he necessarily understands. This is like self-awareness and understanding of his own intentions, which is what needs to jump out. It's not just an intuition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not some unexplained thing that doesn't make sense.
It's good if we're talking about the taint. To welcome Perineum. Nice to see you.
Perineum.
And are we talking about? Oh, go. You do it.
Mata.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mata. So
nice.
in this point, he is talking to Beslan and trying to control his frustration because Beslan is all glory and victory. I want to fucking get these Shanshin, and he's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Just stay cool. Keep your mom out of it. You're drunk. Make sure that we're gonna do this. And he says, right then, he's like, I said I would do it. Wait, hold on. He's like, Beslan, you will be seen in an end when those fires are set, won't you? The other man grimaced. Beslan? Beslan flung up his hands. He's like, I know. And that's when Matt tried to
be there.
Yeah.
I don't know if this sentence jumped out at anyone. What do you mean, comma, you adapted, comma, the plan? Like, in present parlance, that would be, what do you mean, Matt air quotes, adapted, air quotes, the plan?
Yeah. That's so again, so any thoughts on Aeon and Doman? I mean, them coming in, they I guess Matt does have to compromise a little bit. She knows the Shanshin.
Yeah. I feel like to his advantage that she took prerogative.
We see Seta and Reyna. She says these are Seta, Zarbi, and Reyna Emain. I suspect they hope you'll forget their names after tonight. And they're like, all right, let's go. To the Batmobile.
Yeah. I mean, they got everything accomplished, and she's pretty badass, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's jump to chapter 31.
Oh, one last thing. How did Matt not fucking cut himself with all these knives?
Yeah.
One hanging down inside the back of his collar. I'm just imagining a double-sided dagger like hanging down on the string.
Josh is all kinds of blown away by Matt right now. He's like, what the hell, Matt? You are insightful and really, really quick with the knives.
Okay, he makes a good point. Matt has done like somersaults and like combat roll, ninja shit. And he has a knife back there?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Fair point. Yeah.
I would have cut myself for sure. Chapter 31 is called What the Aelfin Said.
What
it has the Wheel of Time. The classic.
Doesn't say it's sheathed, man. Stagger X.
No, I would have cut myself. What the Aelfin Said, it is a Matt chapter, chapter 31, and it has the classic Wheel of Time snake wheel icon. Matt is on his way to the kennels with again and whatnot. That's where the classic line, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride, which is great. Actually, it's super great. That's super great. I'm giving that a super great. There's footsteps coming. They're like, oh no, hide. But it was just their friends. They come out. All right. And if it's, let's see. There's a, so he's talking to that Authonieri woman. Tells her to wait a few hours. He's like, just do it. They make introductions. There is a, I underline this quote, found each other in the darkness.
Nice.
Okay. Our first one, there wasn't a drinking obligation in the last chapter that I had. So it's good we're back. But he frees her from the kennels. He's up in the kennels and he finds, all right, that's what's happened. He goes up to the kennels. It's all dark. He's like, wait here, ladies. I got to do something. He goes up. He finds a wind finder. And he's like, all right, what's your name? She gives her name, and he's like, what would you do if I free you? She's like, I would free my sisters, and I would hunt the dogs that did this, and I would claim victory. And he's like, good, you're my girl. Go, just wait 3 hours though. Okay, cool. She's like, oh, you're a good man. He's like, I'm just Matt Cobb.
All right. So what was the Taveran purpose of the vase shattering when when Matt bumps into the table? Is that his luck going bad? Was there a reason for it to happen?
That's a good question.
The paragraph is a weird one. He ran until his hip gave a sharp twinge and he stumbled into a turquoise inlaid table. He caught a summer tapestry to keep from falling, and the bright flowered length of silk tore free from the yellow marble cornice for half its length. The tall white porcelain vase sitting on the table toppled, shattering on the blue and red floor tiles with a crash that echoed along the hallway. Like, is this his Taveran failing? Is it his Taveran working? Why did this happen? Did it need to happen? What's the implication of it happening? I don't know. Maybe it's nothing. But why write a fucking paragraph about it then?
Well, is there any imagery? I mean, he caught a summer tapestry to keep from falling, and the bright flowered length of silk tore free from the yellow marble cornice for half its length.
All right, so
tall white porcelain vase sitting on the table toppled, shattering on the blue and red floor tiles with a crash that echoed along the hallway.
Is this while I can't find the paragraph that you're referencing, but is this while before he puts his hand over her mouth or after?
This is after Sarath or Again.
So
Again tells him no and he has to run when he's behind the Mayor Suldam.
Right. He walks in and the Mayor Suldam is talking to Again and he's like, oh, so he creeps down the stairs and then runs into a room and runs into this table.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I was wondering too.
Yeah, because I was thinking, if it was beforehand, then maybe it had something to do with the noise the vase made.
Why is it?
I don't know. But I just couldn't find where it was.
Curious if the flowery nature of the silk meant something, or it symbolized him tearing away from Tylan, tearing away from Ibu Dar. I don't know. It stuck out as a paragraph where I was kind of like, what is the point of this and why was it written and what do we not
Tall
see?
White porcelain vase sitting on the tabletop, shattering on the blue and red floor tiles. Is it some sort of representation of the White Tower or a tower? I don't know, something like that. And then blue and red representing, I don't know, something.
Nice. That's another
I love it.
Another option for sure.
Moggy's long lost daughter.
Moggy's long lost daughter.
Thank you very much. Also,
Matt's hip is pretty fucked up. He doesn't like it.
Oh,
go ahead.
I have a quick thing. Before that, because I didn't realize we were there yet. So before that, we do have another drinking obligation.
Talk to me, Goose.
Heard her spit and knew what she was doing.
Nice.
Say it again.
Heard her spit and knew what she was doing.
So good. That's so good. I can't find it.
And then her grip strong. Huh?
Nice.
All right. That's all I got. Continue.
It is the paragraph right before Tylan shows up back in the story again. So that's what made me wonder if it was symbolic of him leaving Tylan, tearing Ibu Dar. But I like the White Tower interpretation too.
I don't know why that would be in there all of a sudden, though, with Matt, though.
Isn't there something about him toppling the White Tower that we read about in a later chapter?
I don't know.
There's something about someone toppling the White Tower, and maybe it's about Rand. In these chapters, if I'm not mistaken. I did not underline it, I know that, but
Ooh,
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
Because maybe I did.
Yeah.
Maybe I did.
Maybe we'll just spot it.
We'll have to see. Let's see. Found each other in the darkness. All right, so he goes to up to Tylen's room to get his spear, more or less, and the rest of his shit, and she's there, and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" She's like, "Oh yeah, well, there was some shit going down, so Sarath and me took her flying dragon and came here, and so she has a pretty interesting reaction.
Basically, it's like the trouble with having a pet fox. She remembers that sooner or later remembers it's a fox.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So she gives him like the best kiss in the world, and she says, "That's to show how much I will miss you." And then she just slaps the shit out of him. Says, and that is for trying to sneak away while I was gone. Undo my buttons for me, my pretty little fox. One last night together, and tomorrow I'll send you on your way. And that's, you know what? That's a hard. He had to go though. He had plans in motion. Right. He's like, "You weren't supposed to be here." Sure, I'd love to. Sure, but I gotta go. But you fucked this up by being here. You're not supposed to be here, my dear. You're supposed to be way far away where you have no idea that I'm stealing Aes Sedai. So I need to tie you up. Well, she says it. She's like, "Well, no.
You gotta tie me up and put me under the bed.
Tie me up and throw me under the bed."
Which is where the Sanshan lesbians were found too, right? By Rand. It's a
right.
Well,
all right. So I have a couple underlined here that says that Tylen insisted on supervising her own binding, which you know, which is proper consent in the BDSM community, I assume.
So I do love that she refers to him as a fox. I know he has the fox head medallion and the ring, signet ring, but the game of foxes and snakes or whatever.
Snakes and foxes, correct.
Yeah.
It's like the game you can't win without cheating.
Don't tell Oliver that.
To him as a fox. So I just,
Don't tell
the other one I underlined was just the line, quote, "A leash run from her neck to one leg of the bed."
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of sexy. Anywho, Matt says, "I'm gonna miss you, babe." She's like, "You're goddamn right." She gives him the total Heisenberg. No, she doesn't. There's Julian. Oh wait.
To recognize that he realizes he meant it. I know that lies in the face of everyone's interpretation, but
well, yeah, it's the whole that was the Stockholm syndrome.
I mean, exactly. You don't. It just he's cried himself throughout this he's cried so much throughout this process. He's had one of the most some of the most gut-wrenching moments that I've ever read, honestly, in this book and in this relationship. So I won't beg to differ. This is very, very fucked up. And it is, I think, if anything, it's like Stockholm syndrome. If she's, if he's he's doing what he has to do to survive. She's way more powerful than him. This is not an equal dynamic in any sense of the word.
It is not. And I mean,
she also just changed her colors.
Meaning she's
going to be willingly without doing what he expected her to. So, I mean, what happened to Rand being put in a fucking box and was also traumatizing to him, as we see in these later chapters.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm not saying that Rand hasn't been through some shit too. He absolutely has. Absolutely. They all have. They've all been abused in ways of power from various women throughout these books, and it's really unfortunate too, because they're so young and impressionable, and they were so naive before all this shit started, and then yeah, all these very, very powerful, very experienced in power too, like women that can channel at that, are like just absolutely annihilating every little last bit of innocence that they have, or like naivete. It's just really sad.
Right. So let me carry this point further. So I think that when I think about like tied up in a sexual manner, I think that Matt was probably won't do this again in his life. I think he doesn't dig it the way he once did, I would assume. And I assume that a lot of these men in the story probably wouldn't be tied up. Like I can't see Rand ever succumbing to like being restrained, because you can't do that. You got to be on your. Same with Lan. You can't tie him up.
Kinks and transgression are connected together. What's more impressive than facing your fear or having the thing done to you?
But they're always working though. He's always the dragon and Lan's always a warder, and I don't know.
I'm not talking about Rand. I'm talking about Matt specifically.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I think Matt. I don't know. I think maybe he developed a kink from it, but I also think that maybe more likely he has an aversion to it. To be frankly.
Right. Yeah, and I agree with you. Like, although it doesn't really like explicitly say that might be also just like another part of his character evolution at this point, right. Maybe. So,
like, does one of Matt's personalities know Shibari?
What?
Shibari, Japanese, not time.
Is that a sex thing?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, on the edge of it's like a samurai thing that has become sort of like on the edge of.
Oh, that sounds really dangerous.
No, it's not dangerous if it's done well.
How about this? Quote, two on. Oh, go ahead.
Say more, Josh. Keep going.
Look it up. Shibari.
I thought it was the Greek yogurt.
Debbie says it's a sex thing.
The Chobani. Tuon snatched her skirts almost to her own hips.
That's like showing, like, panty, right?
That's showing.
Thanks, anyways.
I mean, almost to the mine's mine's almost to the hips.
What up, Ken?
I'm sorry. Tylan also just refers to him again like as duckling and toy, and the language she uses is just so gross.
Is it?
Yeah,
I mean, is it really grosser than any other sexual pet name? I mean, being called daddy or good girl or.
I think these are different in the way that they're like degrading. Yeah, I think they're not.
Yeah, but that's a part of it. Is like some people like to be degraded. That's part of their thing.
Yeah, but Matt didn't ask for that. She likes these kinks. She wants these things. She wants to like be tied up and do these kinds of things. It's not Matt that's going like, yeah, baby, let's do that.
To your point, to your point, there's a line here that says it was a good thing he had gotten all that practice with Tylan earlier. He was not accustomed to tying women up.
Right.
This wasn't his thing.
Not accustomed.
No, it's not his thing. It's her thing, and she's taking advantage, and she's degrading him without his consent. Actually,
well, and now Matt's doing it back to her. So it's
I mean, Josh,
it's a triple flip here, right? Like
it.
I think it's a survival tactic, and it is the very last time that this is happening. But this is much more something that he's developed out of like necessity for survival, and not anything more. Like wasn't he going to kidnap her? Like, isn't that like?
No, that's Tuon.
He was going to do. Oh.
No,
yeah. Sorry, no, I got confused. Never mind.
So many women, so much rope.
So much rope. There's so many gags being applied. They run into Tuon, and they're like, "Oh, you Tuon, kindly fuck off." And she's like, no, I can't allow you to leave. And he's like, well, stop me. And he tries to get her, and she starts doing karate chops. Ryan, what is she look? What was Tuan doing? Yeah.
She was using her hand like an axe, right? Hey,
it says he rained blows on him, punching with folded knuckles, chopping with hands like axe blades.
She did the Larry Moe, where she just slapped him back and forth.
Yeah, hey, what?
Went under the chin. Yarn.
But Noel again to the rescue, man. Noel just like grabs her. He's like, I got her, boss. You got this, Chief? You all right, Chief? I bet you Noel calls people boss and chief a lot.
So there is this other paragraph here. The single lit stand lamp still cast a wavering light on those inevitable flowered tapestries.
Inevitable.
The Tylan escape scene is nested literally between twin mentions of them.
Oh, that's awesome.
The first one prior to it being ripped before he gets to her room, and then escaping, they're going down the hallway in like limited light.
Mm-hmm.
And these are flowered tapestries?
The flowered tapestries, just like the one he ripped from the marble cornice.
That's
when he
awesome.
broke the vase.
And then Rand sees like a flower in the weaves towards the end, doesn't he? Too. I don't know. I'm just that's the only flower thing that popped up.
I'm not saying it's the flower thing. I'm not saying it's necessarily important as flowers. I'm just saying that.
Oh, it's about the drapes, right? It's like the tapestry, and it's like carpet matches the drapes kind of thing, right? That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, no. So Shadowhuron's asking, what does it mean, Josh?
I think I really put that out there. That it symbolizes that the ripping of it on the way to her room symbolizes his escape. Good, lay it on me then, son.
The ripping of the tapestry. Well, we can all guess what that means, and then the fact that the tapestry's there at all.
I did notice the paragraph because of the way that it's described with the stand lamps, which he already had noticed before. Like, Robert Jordan describes the stand lamps as like leaving these small pools of lesser shadow as he like creeps down the hallway. I forget the exact words that he used, but it was a beautiful description.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Dan, I didn't mean to derail you, but I wanted to get that in there before we went on.
No, it's okay. What I see is the single lit stand lamp still cast a wavering light on those. Oh, you had met earlier.
That's the one I was talking about.
Okay.
But prior to that, he was like going down the hallway, and it was describing it as like the stand lamps on every other column left only enough light to allow for slight pools of lesser shadow or something to be seen in between the darkness.
If
I can find it, I'll read it.
I see it says he was across the sitting room and into the bedchamber before he realized that the lamps were all lit. Nah, that ain't it.
It's after that. It's after he leaves the room.
Yeah. So he ties her up. Yeah. I don't know.
It's like on the way to the Damane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not important.
But anyways, Tuan's there. Tuan starts karate chopping. Hey! She does her best Miss Piggy. Hey! It starts domestic abuse. Matt dodges them all. She hikes up her skirt so she can give the ultimate Ferris Bueller's sister kick.
Nice.
Remember the kick to the principal?
Yes,
right
I totally remember.
Face.
As she's screaming at the top of her lungs.
Yeah, and she runs away.
Yeah.
Spoiler, he drops his wallet in the kitchen. Anyway,
what? But you didn't see that coming.
Yeah, you didn't see that coming, did you? And then the dog eats your cue, motherfucker.
No, he had already been. Isn't the dog already? Didn't the dog already?
The dog already ate him, yeah. But that guy, I think that guy was problematic, wasn't he? Was it him?
He was very problematic. You know,
Like
he
in real
had
life.
strict rules. Oh, in real life, I think he was.
Yeah, I think in real life.
He actually was. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he didn't. I don't think he aged well.
No, and then the other actress, she changed her nose, and her whole career went to shit. It's so sad.
More power to her. If she's happy, then I'm happy. But gosh, I couldn't pick her out of a lineup. I don't think.
I know, it's so weird, and she was so good. She was like, she started off as a dancer, actually, because her father was a dancer.
I bet you she
taught her how
got
to dance.
so much shit for her face, though. Like that.
She did, yeah.
She had a distinct nose. I mean, but that's probably why she got Dirty Dancing, was that distinct look. I mean, I don't know.
Exactly. They needed, honestly, they needed a Jewish-looking Goyle, you know? They needed somebody that looks a little bit like, you know, they're going to eat their oranges if they're told to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, wait, I'm sorry.
Jennifer Grey.
Wait.
Yes,
she lopped that shit off?
She got a nose job very shortly after that, and then, like, her career tanked. It was so sad.
No, I mean, she was in a couple things, I think. I don't know.
And now, she has been in a couple things, but I did not recognize her. She's so
and who knows if it was
looking.
We're ignorant. Yeah, we don't know.
No, I don't know anything. I'm super ignorant. I'm the worst when it comes to that kind of stuff.
That'd be like some
I'm so sorry. I just like accents. That's all. Just fun.
Like that would be you know, what was it? That'd be like God, I mean, a porn star who's known for his member just like getting it shortened. So or like
hold on, Ryan.
It'd be like an actress known for their face, and then you change the whole thing.
Well, Jason Alexander was what the guy from Seinfeld. What's his name? Hey, Jerry. Yeah. Hey, the bald guy. He he was wearing a wig later, and people would like comment and make fun of it, but he was like rocking a wig for like a while.
He was a solid toupee, for a while in a lot of movies.
And I was like, what?
Too.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, wearing it in a movie makes sense. Like, yeah, everyone like is wearing costumes.
No, he was doing like a talk show.
Josh is like, this is where I get my refill.
He was wearing a hairpiece. And
you're right. He was. Cool. Yeah, he was. He was doing it for a while there. I mean, I feel like that's just different.
That's
though.
Cool.
That's cool. That's cool, and I'm like, more power to you. For women and people in general, I just don't think you should change something that you're like. You're
I will tell you, if I didn't know
he was changing your whole face.
If I didn't know he was bald, I wouldn't have known it was a wig. To be honest, I'm bad at that. I do not recognize fake hair at all, except for when I'm like, all right, bro, you're like 70 and your hair looks like you're 25. That's unreasonable. That's unnatural. You gotta have a little thinning, or
you're not good at spotting the comb over.
No,
or like the toupees,
toupees, like straight out like hair pieces. Like I think most like these actors that we know now, like they're probably half of them.
It's probably because you don't have a toupee,
man. They just toupee the shit out. Like Robert Downey Jr., he probably wears a hairpiece. So
Robert Downey Jr. has solid hair, and don't talk about him that way, okay?
Tom Cruise, they're always just putting on their hair. Elon Musk, you see Elon Musk when he was 25?
Take those guys to the fucking bank. I don't care.
Seriously, that dude looks, he looks like my butt, like with just a few hairs. So he has a full head of hair? How'd that happen?
I mean, Trump, what?
Yeah,
Are you fucking kidding
me? You don't see him in a pool.
He's a human chia, Dan.
They don't jump in a pool because that hair will float while they cannonball.
It's all downhill. But not Robert Downey Jr. His hair is real.
Oh, gosh. We'll see. We'll see how he's... Oh,
we don't badmouth Robert Downey Jr. and this show.
Do you remember what 60-year-old men used to look like?
Sure, I mean, it might not be it might not be real, but I don't. He's always had a good hairline, though.
Was Robert Downey Jr. in Sex, Lies, and Videotapes?
I don't know. He was in a bunch of shit, though. He's Iron Man, babe.
No, I know. Yeah, I've not.
Oh.
I don't watch that shit. I've not seen an Iron Man.
You know who he is, though, right?
What's a timely reference? Like the videotapes, huh? I don't think I was able to see that because my mom didn't let me.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure my mom didn't let me see that.
Brother Dan, it was in the independent film section.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember renting videos?
This is exactly my point, Mr. Stovey. Thank you.
No, he totally is. But. Anyway, so he gets he and Noel bound up Tuon. They have practice with Tylan, so he's like, all right, I'm good at tying up women now. Tie your hands, tie your ankles, put panties in your mouth and tie that on there.
What? Ain't nobody got time for that. That's
not how it works. Anyways, yeah. And then finally Julian shows up. He has his girlfriend, who's the Doc Koval, and Eggianan shows up with Bail Doman, and they all see Tuon, and they're like, oh, fudge. And a couple of them dropped to their knees. Eggianan's like, you don't understand, man. Quote, you madman.
Death by slow torture.
It's death by slow torture to lay hands on the daughter of the Nine Moons. And Matt's like, boom. She's like, daughter of the Nine Moons? She's my wife. She's my wife. Yeah. Your bloody daughter of the Nine Moons is my wife. Noel starts laughing. Everyone else is just like fucking dropping their shit. Tuon just looks at him like, I don't even know what you're saying.
No, she doesn't. She looks at him like something else.
But her expression is absolutely unreadable. So okay.
Hiding.
So you read it. You read into it.
She smiled.
So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
What are you talking about? It's unreadable. She smiles.
She smiles. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. All right. So Solutia runs in. She's like, "Don't fucking do this." What you do is foolish beyond madness. She says, "Whatever the omens, this can still be rectified if you only consent to draw back." Matt's all, chill out. I promise you, chill out. Hold on. Solution says, I will obey you so long as you do not harm my mistress. If you do, I will kill you.
Isn't Solutia like her bodyguard in disguise?
Is it her voice or her
Sojin? Her Sojin.
Oh, okay. The one who can like tell her shit.
No.
Right?
No.
Oh, who is that?
Oh, that is her voice? I thought she was the one who had been with her since she was a child, her like milkmaid, who was also her bodyguard.
Oh, it could be.
No, she is the bodyguard. I'm just trying to figure out what other. Yeah, and her Sojin. Yeah, she's a Doc Koval and Sojin.
Right.
Yeah.
Sojin is not the same as the voice. Voice is a different word. Their voice is a different word.
Okay, yeah.
I can't look that up, probably.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I should though.
No. She is.
Sojin is voice?
No, she is like her voice.
I thought her voice was the mean woman.
Yeah.
Who?
No, she was responsible for disciplining Tuon. She's only had to punish her twice for getting out of line. Yeah, so she's always like verbally bitch slapping her.
It's the one who dresses her though in the bedroom, right?
In the bedroom.
She's yeah.
For some reason,
Jan
With-
just breaks into song.
With the Sojin in the dark. Her
I didn't
name's
think-
Lucia.
So Lucia was plump, but that just turns her into a plump, cream-cheeked woman.
She's buxom, golden haired.
Yeah, she is.
So she shows up. She's like, "You can't do this," and Matt's all, "Chill out." The Noel's like, "So we throwing them in the hay in the barn, all tied up, all sexy like that." Let's
Drink.
And Matt's all, "No, we'll take him with us." And then that's when she smiles. At last, Tuon showed expression. She smiled as if she suddenly knew a secret. She smiled and he shivered. But like how he shivered. There was no dice going on in this chapter.
No,
Just
there's-
as a heads up.
No, so I wanted to ask about that. Why not? Ooh, the music stopped right when that was awesome. Why not? Like, why do we think the dice have not rolled? Even though
they
it
already
seems like...
stopped when he met Tuon.
Oh, okay.
So because Chuan's like around,
Yeah.
or just
Yeah, maybe.
because, maybe because like she's around and I don't know. Huh? Interesting.
So this like whole shit is kind of inevitable once he met her. Like
I
this
think
is
so, yeah.
bound to happen.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that it's like no
bound.
longer.
You see how he did that?
That was pretty good, Ryan. Binding.
Yeah, thanks.
So wait, is that's like implying that it's no longer lucky? Like that he doesn't have luck when the dice aren't in his head?
I don't know.
I thought the dice were warning him that something bad was going to happen.
I
Because
thought
something always did.
Well, he saw them as a warning, but that's his perspective on them.
Oh, okay, I see.
Mm.
So Anath is Tuon's Soephia. I have no idea how to say that.
Oh, enough. Okay. Yeah.
Anath was who I was thinking was her Sojin, but that
Okay.
makes I was getting Sojin and Soephia, her truth speaker, named by the Empress, mixed up.
Okay. Yep. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
We get it. We get it.
One you can talk shit in public in front of everyone.
Dan, didn't Anath open up for? Oh.
Sojin are supposed to show deference.
Uh-huh.
And that's why Bail Doman is not a great Sojin, because he shows public disdain for Egan.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Ryan.
No, that's fine.
No,
That's
no,
fine.
I
I
was
do
talking
want to
all
try
over
to
you.
get through these, though. Is there anything else in chapter
we want to
31?
get through these.
My funny
No,
joke.
quivering massive eagerness and
Right,
licking
right.
her lips as drinking obligations. That's it.
I'm
Let's
sorry,
go.
Say it again. Say it again.
I said quivering massive eagerness and licking her lips as the drinking obligation. That's all I got. Let's move on.
I like that. Quivering massive eagerness. Ooh. That's the goal,
All right.
right, Ryan?
Right?
Well, no. Once eagerness. Like if you're
I think
still
you can buy
eager,
that on the dark web.
Isn't
if
this?
you're still eager when you're done, then like you didn't do it right.
Okay.
Speak for yourself, Ryan. Some of us have a bigger sex drive than that.
I'm always eager.
We want to have. Oh, hey there, Josh.
All right. Anyways, let's not. There you go. All right, chapter 32. It's
Josh
called
is in
a
the
portion.
fucking shit house tonight.
Wait a yes and me, bitches.
Josh on my shit list.
Are we not doing it right, Ryan?
Anyways, we're going. Okay. What?
You're not doing it right?
and
Am I not doing it
chapter
right?
32.
Do it better.
I'll try. It's hard. I'm trying to get through this. What
Yeah.
chapter are we on, Ryan?
Right?
I got a lot of things on my mind.
Formatting.
So we're on chapter 32. That's the answer. It's called A Portion of Wisdom, and this is a Rand chapter. He's at the Golden Wheel. Guys, have you ever had the buffet at the Golden Wheel? It's like $8.99. You get prime rib. You get so many baked potatoes. You get mashed like mac and cheese that's sticky. It's like you can't even get out the. It's like you know, like bang.
And this is in the book?
Yeah, this is at the
Brother
Golden Wheel.
Dan?
Come on down.
These chapters for the last 5 minutes.
They made homemade croutons.
Homemade croutons.
They're known for them.
Yeah, they have those.
My goodness.
Like they have a guy cutting the prime rib or whatever the and like the light, like it has the heating thing, so it's just all red over by that station. You know, he has like just the red light bulbs. And
Which like literally, how do you know what you're getting until it's like
right?
flops
So
on
you
your
bring
plate?
it to the table and it's like way overcooked, and you're like, it
Yeah.
looks so tender.
There were a dozen empty tables right at hand.
Lipitor would have killed all those tables.
Mm-hmm.
Put one on his back for safety.
Fucking Lipitor smash.
If the two of you were running a restaurant just now, you would have abandoned those tables as well.
Brother Dan, at
Chatty
some point, I'm going to pick up a horse and use it in battle.
I can't wait. But you're so
You're gonna
you
throw
say
it
that
at
you're gonna
someone?
use a horse, but I mean, good job, Ryan. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice tee up.
You're welcome.
Oh,
But I will throw a fucking horse. I will horse smash.
Can't wait.
And,
All right,
like,
so this is a Rand chapter. Rand meets with Lan in the Golden Wheel. They're eating a chicken pot pie that someone had just brought out to the heating tray. And they're just talking rumors. They're trying to find the two Ashaman still. Thorval, Gorham, or whatever the hell his name is, Gotham, Torm and Gotham. But they hear some rumors. The Stone Tier might be under siege. There's a plague, maybe. There was a guy who was found all black and bloated. Ooh, gross. Let's see. Luce Theron mentions this, and I'm not sure if we talked about this. If we have, we'll move on. But he says, "Oh, like, why do I have a madman in my head? Why? Is there a Luce Theron that has a Rand in his head?"
I think Luce Theron, from the beginning, has perceived Rand as the madman in his own head.
So they're both looking through the same set of eyes.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, they're competing personalities. Yes.
But Luce Theron has no control over Rand's body.
Until he fights for it, which he does periodically.
Yeah, it's a real DID situation, I think.
It's like all of me, Dan.
Okay. Well,
dissociative identity disorder.
No, remember Steve Martin, all of me, and
I remember Steve Martin, the man with two brains. Is it like that?
It's with Lily Tomlin, where she dies and her spirit goes into Steve Martin, so she controls half of his body.
Oh, right.
And she's just a voice in his head, but she controls half of his body. Anyways, let's digress.
Okay. They hilariously like commune over the latrine. It's fun.
We're gonna have to watch it now.
Yeah. She tells him how to pee properly, or he tells her how to pee properly.
Oh, that's a really good question, One Holocausty. Fuck. I love you.
Just in AOL lose.
Yeah,
What's
that's
AOL?
kind of where I was leaning, to be honest, Aussie. Was there an existence where there is a body of Luce Theron that has a Rand in his head?
Wait, what? Say it again.
Is there?
What does AOL mean?
Age of Legends.
Age of Legends, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It's a startup company for internet.
So this is I know, right? I'm like, what the fuck is AOL. Okay, got it. Age of Legends. So, like, here's the thing. I've been thinking about something similar to this, as far as like the Rand and lose question, and with like a wheel of time, nothing's linear. So, are there like other wheels that are then that would mean that Rand could be in another like one at the same time, or Luz could with Rand in his head, right? Like, but that is that the way that this works?
I don't
That's
think
what I'm wondering.
I don't think that Lews Therin ever has a Rand in his head. My out there theory, and I'm sure you will all completely disagree with me, is that Rand is a first-time incarnation in this turning of the wheel. And that's why he gets the Jesus wound. He's the Messiah, come first, only true Messiah.
Okay.
And he's this is my theory, and he's a new incarnation. Typically, this would be Lews Therin. And Lews Therin wouldn't be a voice, he would be the reincarnated thing, like Birgitta is reincarnated, or whoever the fuck from the team of legends. What are they called? The people
Did
who
Luz hang out in Tel'aran'rhiod?
Heroes of the Horn. What's that, Dan?
Is Luz a hero of the Horn?
Yes, I think typically Lews Therin is the one being reincarnated. But for some reason this time, Rand is the Dragon Reborn. And it's his special circumstances and who he is that allows him to become the savior. That's my fucking Christianifying of the Jesus myth and this theory. I don't know if it's true, but that's my.
Well, that makes I believe like I'm more prone to believe like that theory because it's based on a lot of like logic from our world, which or not, maybe not logic, but however you choose to see religion, logic or not logical, I don't know. Anyways, but so like parallels a lot of things that it seems to like Robert Jordan parallels a lot of things in his books anyways, like himself and his evolution of self and all these different things. And then all the, like the Mercedes, Benz, like emblem and these variety of things that we've seen throughout that also are like kind of resemble our world. So, it doesn't seem too far-fetched to think that might be also.
I mean, I get that he could be a mix of another personality in the same thing, kind of like Lord Luke and Stryker. Fuck, my brain is working right tonight.
And Isam.
Isam, yeah.
Well, from the beginning, you've seen a lot of like religious parallels in these books. Like I remember that was like one of our first conversations. I was like, "This is so political," and you're like, "What? It's completely religious." It's like just like more of like that kind of structure, Anyways, yeah.
So Rand runs into Varen.
Okay, so one last question based on Anthony here. So does Rand have any memories of his own prior life as Rand? I don't think so. I think Matt kind of does, but they're not his previous lives.
So was Rand reincarnated as well, like as Rand and as Rand and as Rand, and then this Rand just happens to be the one?
I don't think Rand has happened until this turning of the wheel.
You think he's like brand new, right? Yeah. We think he's like brand new. He's never been reincarnated. He's like a brand new little baby soul and hasn't ever gone through these
sand
things.
And the clam turning into an oyster or turning into a pearl,
So do you think it's so I love this idea that you have that it's like a set of like it's who Rand is as a person, but also like the circumstances. Do you think every turning of the wheel is just trying to get to this point where like maybe each turning is like the baby was just like a mile away from Dragon Mountain. Nope, doesn't work. Has to be on the foot of Dragon Mountain.
Yeah, I mean, you could read the theory, like, is it optimization or is it random chance? I think is how I'm reading your question, Ryan.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, Ishmael says we've done this countless times before and countless times we'll do it in the future. Is he wrong?
Sides. We've been on the same side sometimes and on opposite sides other times, right?
Right.
Like,
I mean, is he wrong then?
No, I think that doesn't have.
Different.
Sorry, go.
Go ahead, Kay.
No,
But
sorry, go.
No, but they all think he's Luz Theron also, though. So he might be right and wrong. Like they assume he's Luz, but Josh is like, no, man, he's fucking Rand.
Okay, well, I want to hear what you were going to say because why you still have it.
If I still have it, we're talking about Luz Theron. I don't know what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind that Rand cannot draw.
Am I on the right?
Keep in mind that Rand cannot draw really well, right?
But Luz Theron can.
Yeah, but that still doesn't mean Josh's idea is incorrect. So like if we're talking
That's
about,
what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Is that his idea still holds up because it's fuck. Then Crispin jumped off the couch and then I lost it again. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Promise, and I'll interrupt you once again. Sorry.
So yeah. One argument for is that the heroes recognize Rand as Luz on Toman Head. Against is that Brigitte says she doesn't remember lives when spun out. So that like Rand could possibly have occurred a bunch of times, and he's just not remembering by the sake of it being a spun out.
Right.
Well, whatever the hell we were talking about before did lead into just like Josh's theory being right, and that also like Rand could be just brand new, like, and Luz Theron isn't there, and maybe he's getting. I mean, maybe there's some sort of other thing because Tel'Aran'rhiod is completely fucking different. Is he stuck in Tel'Aran'rhiod? I don't know. That timing situation is all skewed. Like the timelines don't align for them. I don't know. Anyways, there's just so much, but that's not where I was.
I do want to say,
I like Josh's idea.
Nomen Garden, that's actually could be read as supporting evidence, even that Rand simultaneously has his own personality and remembers someone who's had previous lives, makes him an outlaw. That's like remembering one of her past lives, but not all of them. Like, it's weird. It's not like Rand remembers all of Luz Theron's lives. Although Luz Theron's memories from different times come, he knows there's Luz Theron in his head. It's different. Yeah. And maybe that difference is what's important and what makes him an outlier. So, I think you could spin that evidence either way, depending on how you're looking to interpret it.
That is interesting. I mean, no one else who would be in this situation that we are aware of would have a famous person in their head, right? I mean, Luz Theron is famous.
Right.
And so it's like having George Washington in your head or something, like, or Jesus in your head. Well, lots of people have Jesus in there.
But not for Rand, though, right? Because is Luz Theron, like, held in high regard for Rand?
Like, they know he's the dragon, right?
He's a historical figure. Like, it'd be like
George
Washington or whatever. Like
that. Yeah, I think
they used him to like scare kids. Oh, Luz
if that is true, and Rand being the dragon is a new thing in the turning of the wheel, and this is a new opportunity, it also means there's a new opportunity for failure, right? It just means like it's trying to put. One way you could look at it is it really puts the stakes on the line.
Well, it really puts
world ends or not. Armin Guide.
It really puts like a lot of hope on the line, or like into the mix, though, too, right? Because it's something that's completely different that they haven't had ever before, and so there's like lots of possibility, right?
The fact that he like got these like side wounds on top of each other from Shadar Logoth dagger and the Dark One essentially like marks him in a way that is different. Luz Rand is complicated, yes.
Hey, so Josh, real quick, you've often mentioned the
Ryan, let's thank Matt Stagger.
Matt Stagger.
Matt Stagger, your kindness is always it blows me away. Thank you once again.
Yes,
and
thank
Josh,
you so
read the
much.
book off, would you?
We love you, Matt Stagger.
Yes, thank you.
I thought we were here to talk about our theories.
Hey,
No,
Go ahead, Ryan.
put Josh's face on the screen, people. Just get his
So-
cutie pie face
So,
up
Josh,
there.
you oftentimes bring up the crossing of the streams
Uh-huh.
as a. Do you believe that did
I
something
think that's also,
to?
yeah. So, okay, I wasn't going to go here because I could tell we wanted to move on. But in my mind, the crossing of this, like, all right, I'm going to give Robert Jordan some credit here and say one way you could look at this is like, this is if when the roll of the dice all goes the right way. This is like a metaphor for the argument that creation in the universe is unique.
Uh huh.
Right? Like, this is the one time that all of the physics went right, all of the the tapestry unfurls itself correctly so that this unique instantiation occurs that allows there to be a true change. Or is it not? I mean, maybe at the end of the fucking books, Robert Jordan's is like, yeah, and the wheel keeps turning. In which case, that will change how I look at the series, right? Like,
What do you? No. Okay.
it's
So.
not been better or worse necessarily, but like if that ends up being the message at the end of the book, well, that's going to be. I'm going to have to take that in stride and figure out what that means.
Right on.
Well, here's my question: if there is no crossing of the
Eloquently
streams,
said.
would Rand eventually become Lews Therin? Or would Rand?
No, I don't think the crossing of the streams led to Rand being different. He was different from, presumably, maybe from birth. I don't know. What was? Yeah, that'd be interesting to go back. What was the event that led to the Lews Therin's emergence in Rand as a separate personality? I don't remember exactly. I don't even know if we know. I feel like that's something, if we knew it at the time, we wouldn't have known that it was necessarily as important as it is now.
Until you go back. Yeah.
So if Lews Therin is somehow like living simultaneously to Rand, then Lews is experiencing everything that Rand is going through because he's in his head going like panicking about the box and panicking about all sorts of things. Like he's like the more panicky side of Rand right now.
Well, that shows how Rand and Lews Therin are different, right? Lews would have made different decisions in those situations, and Rand is the outlier making different decisions, embracing things that Lews Therin wouldn't, right?
Find Josh and all your sense that you make.
I think. I mean, I hear what you're saying. It's an excellent question.
No, I just right? It's crazy. It's such a weird. That whole dynamic is. Yeah, complicated, I think, is probably a good word to sum up.
Right. Yeah.
I love it. I hate to. Yeah. Let's. Well.
We can move on. Chapter 32.
No, come on. I love it. So yeah, it's we're on chapter 32. There's Rand walks back to his pad. He sees Lan. They do not find their prey. They're like, all right, well, we'll wait a day, a week, or a month. I don't give a fuck. We're gonna kill him. Lan's like, yeah, no, we can't know everything. What are you gonna do about it? But he does. I like Lan here. He's like, she and Min convinced Alviera, meaning Nynaeve, convinced Olivia that if they could teach Cadsuane interests themselves, they might be able to bring her closer to you. They found out where she was staying and asked her to reach them. My wife has made a sacrifice for you, sheepherder, he said quietly. I hope you remember that. She will not say much, but I believe Cadsuane treats her as if she were still one of the accepted, or maybe a novice. You know how hard that would be for Nynaeve to bear. I like him like quietly standing up for his wife. He's like, you know what? She's a fucking stud right now. Just so you know, she's a fucking stud right now. The only reason Cadsuane likes you is because of her. But Rand before that does talk to Varen, and he's like, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you ask Cadsuane to be my advisor? And she's like, yeah, you could probably do worse than that. Yeah, okay. That's pretty much where, yeah, you could do far worse than Cat's waiting for her to advise Rand, but I doubt you could do better. If she accepts and you truly are not a fool, you will listen to her advice. And she takes off. Luce Theron's like, she scares me. He's like, yeah, me too.
I love her.
Let's see. Nynaeve walks in, then Min and Olivia. Rand's like, hey, do you like Cadsuane? They're like, what? How'd you know? He's like, don't worry, Varen told me, not Lan. Chill out. And we find out that she's wearing this angreal, including a well.
Okay, so fuck.
Yeah.
So was Cadsuane in the building where the channeling happened at the beginning of the Faldara part of the book, where the meter goes off? And was that Saidin or Saidar?
It was
I think it was Saidin. Saidin, right?
I think it was the female.
Right. So, yeah. Was it Nynaeve? Maybe it was Nynaeve channeling? Yeah, who was it that was channeling back at the beginning? I mean, now we know how they did it. I thought it was, Rand with his cross streams with the fucking man face that appears before his eyes when he channels, or erases the source, but
the whole thing is a conundrum because you're not even supposed to be able to channel in there. You're not supposed to feel the one power. And
Right.
yet there is something that points to where channeling occurred.
it was a man. Okay. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
Yeah,
man.
it was a man,
could have been
so
Rand.
you can't
Could have been
be
Rand.
excited.
doing, or whoever he's connected to, channeling and it showing up on Rand or whatever.
And that's why the threat of Ashaman was so successful.
Overlooked.
Like, even though they were just like,
Right. Right.
And we'll get to that, but he didn't even channel. Yeah. There is a quote, almost choked and swallowing.
Nice.
By the way, if you like, jump on our Discord. I think there's people in there. And for this video. And you know what?
I must find
leave a
my phone
comment
and I
say,
will
"Great
jump in
show,"
as
or
well.
something like that. Leave a comment after. Say, Josh, take off your meeting. You do something. Apparently, YouTube likes that stuff.
Yeah, help the algorithm, babes.
The algorithm.
Algorithms. The algorithm.
That guy, that
Yeah.
algorithm.
That's right.
All right, we gotta get a new joke.
I know. Sorry.
There was a note that came. This was delivered to your husband this morning, Miss Farsha. And Min opens it, and she's like, she's about to throw it in the fire. Rand's like, chill. Let me see this. It's for me. Come on, boundaries. I don't read your email. Just fuck. I know your password. I don't read your email. You see auras anyway. Why are you reading my mail? Yeah, all right. And anyways, someone says, I know who you are, and you're fine here. Toval and Godin have taken the top floor above a bootmaker named Zeram the Great. No, I just made that up. On Blue Carp Street. And he's like, kill them and go and leave Farmatting in peace. And he's like, oh, these are the fucking guys I'm trying to kill. That's great. I know where they're at now. Bum, bum, bum. And that's the end of the chapter. What did I miss? Anything?
Oh, I was trying to jump on Discord, but I will do that momentarily.
No, take your time.
There was.
Here, I'm gonna read the first. I'm gonna read from chapter 33. It's called Blue Carp Street. It's a Min chapter, and this jumped out at me. Ryan. Min sat cross-legged on the bed, not as comfortable a position in a riding dress as if it were breeches, and rolled one.
Yes. Yeah, that's why we love
Nice.
Min. She's
Up her knives across the backs of her fingers. But no. She rolled one. And a hard stop.
Pass the Ducci.
There also Min is mad at Rand, and she whips out something here. Now I'm going to read it in full, and I want us to discuss real fast. It's quote, Scrambling off the bed, she opened the front of the bedside table long enough to take out the strap that Mistress Keene made sure was in every room, and even if she did rent to Outlanders. The thing was as long as her arm and as wide as her hand, with a wooden handle on one end and the other one end split into 3 tails.
Mistress Dovey, what does that sound like to you?
Yeah, Mistress Dovey.
Is that early hentai?
Mistress Keene has sex toys like in every room's bedside table, like to just slap buns.
I think it's a rug beater, but yes.
A rug beater? What is that like?
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense, Josh. That makes sense. But this is fun because
I'm not going to say it's not hot.
Well, it's interesting because I think I think those already existed, obviously, like during Robert Jordan's time. So, and it's not like inconceivable to think of like a time where there's like inns and things are like a little bit less evolved, that they would have something like a rug beater, and then all of a sudden somebody gets whooped on the ass with it, or they're just like, hey, you know what this could do? And it could be fun, and then it's like, woohoo, party time.
Right, yeah.
I don't, it just
I love
seems like a really funny thing.
Take the taints away.
Yes.
Which rug?
Okay.
Perineum comes in. Speak me.
Nice.
Come into Discord. It's gonna be a good.
Yeah. Hey, kids. No. Mom, that's Mom's rug beater. Put that back in the drawer. Thank you.
Wait, are we showing taint in Discord? Is it taint Tuesday?
Today's taint. Today's cleanse the taint Tuesday. So yes, 2 baths, 3 baths would be preferable, or
right,
scrubbing.
This is Rand and Land. They're off to kill some fucking dudes. They're like, all right, we know where these guys are. He saw them walking in. He's like, all right, they're here. These motherfuckers are here. We're gonna go and we're gonna kill them. So you see up there. So apparently that inn shuts down like at night. You're not supposed to get in and out, but they fucking go all over the rooftops and drop right behind this candle maker shop. So you wait here, and we're gonna go up. But what I need you to do, Nynaeve, is to just lift us up onto the roof, and we'll do the rest. And so she goes to her well. Boop boop boop. Whoop. Levitates. Whoop. They get up. And but Nynaeve, like, it finally dawns on her. She like lamps. She's like, oh shit, you're going to execute these men, aren't you? And if they don't see you, all the better, right? And they're like, well, dummy. What are you fuck? No, we're gonna tap him on the shoulder and we're gonna say, "Hey, we're gonna kill you in just about 30 seconds."
No.
You know, go ahead and get your sword.
The plan is to walk up, take a white glove, slap them across the face.
Yes,
and say, "You must fight to the death, as all gentlemen do."
We're like, "I challenge you to a duel. Name your."
Name your weapon.
I brought a doctor with us.
We have a constable who will take record of who wins or dies, and we shall go our merry way. Have at it! Huzzah!
Yeah, Rand glanced over his shoulder at Land, but the older man only shook his head, as confused as he was. Of course they would kill them without warning if they could. This was not a duel. It was an execution she had named. At least Rand hoped very much it would be. She's like, well, kill him in your sleep if you can. There you go. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Wow. They
dapped up.
Have we seen this use of the power before? Where someone's like, hey, Nynaeve, I can't reach that top shelf. Oh, thanks. Thanks, I got it.
I just want to say, like, since Nynaeve has gotten married, we haven't had her perspective. So we really don't know, like, for someone who we read so much of in the beginning of the series. Like,
And such a dominant force, like female force.
Yeah, now we have no clue what's going on with her. She's just been like sidelined for books. Even though she's kind of a part of the story. I mean, we do get her perspective like very briefly. It's not at all. But we don't really get to see how being married to Lan has transformed her other than from outside.
No, but that's a really good point, Josh. But we do get to see change, which is awesome.
We do, but we still don't. But now she just looks dumb because
she looks submissive and like a little wifey poo, tending to her man, and we don't know how she feels about it.
We don't really know what is going on with her. I mean, she's probably still just lying to herself.
We know what's going on.
We know.
She's getting better.
She's not the only one tugging the braid. Let's just say that.
Yeah, we're tugging.
But at the same time, wouldn't it be nice to know like what's changed for her at this point for someone? I don't know.
Yeah, it would be. I completely agree with you. I would, as much as I don't like Nynaeve, and I don't really want to I don't really want to spend a lot of time listening to her inner monologue bitch about every little thing. I think that it might be different now, and that would be interesting to see. That's
what I'm saying. I wonder if we'd like her more like Nynaeve from the show, if we're reading her now instead of earlier in the series.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Why, as she's doing dishes, making dinner.
Her whole thing is like,
that breaks my heart.
Oh, I am so sore.
Now, if that's the case, I will be very happy for her, and I hope her inner monologue is like a real bright silver lining of the rest of these books.
Dude, that Lan, he's a jackhammer. So they go up on the roof
for 3 days. Look like I got off a horse.
They go up on the roof and do their best Assassin's Creed. They're like going into trapdoors. They show up. There's 2 dead dudes, all fucking bloated and thrown in a corner. Rand's like, Fane's here. That's a drag. And suddenly, there he is. They're like, hey, there's Fane.
All right, so I got to point out here before we get into this. There's a little bit of like Star Wars Episode 9 shit going on here where like every character has the same thing happening to them. Like Matt's being hunted by a Golem and Rand's being hunted by Padan Fane and I don't know who Aaron's being hunted by, but like yeah. It's
like his depression.
His depression.
Like
yeah.
He's haunted by his angst.
Yeah.
We know by the Aiel. So last we saw Perrin, he was about to go do some horrifying shit again.
We're having a nerd battle. Star Wars has 6 episodes. He ends with a bro. He's like, what? All right, hey, Dan. All right, Dan. How do you read that? How do you read that?
What? Star Wars has 6 episodes, bro. How was that?
That was good.
What? What? And with a laugh. What?
What?
What? Star Wars has 6 episodes, bro.
What?
So, they find Padan Fane. You're so
That's so good.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Luke Jr. Yes.
For sure.
Oh my God. Bonus
He
points.
steps into a room and, quote, only the speed of his movement saved him.
Yeah.
Okay. Only the speed of his movements saved him. I almost got in a car crash, but only the speed of my movements saved me.
Mm-hmm. Not the Lord Jesus Christ.
Curved dagger. He's like, I told you he's mine. He's like, kill the ugly one. He's yelling to someone. Hey, guess what? It's Torm Riatin. Torm Riatin.
Torm Riatin.
What the fuck? Torm Riatin is fighting Lan? So be it. Rand is trying to get Fane. He's like, oh, ha, parry, dodge, spin. Don't.
Isn't Tormund? Isn't he the singer of System of a Down?
I think so.
Tormund,
I think so. And he is his chin have like a goatee that's a braid that goes all the way down. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good.
He's like a skinny dwarf. He's
a tall dwarf.
No, yeah, like he's a tall. He's like a dwarf, an homage. He's like, and then he. No, I mean, I'm not. Don't. Hey, we talked about this. Don't answer our wrongness.
Judge Tinkin.
Sure. Come on,
you're right. Isn't he one of the young Turks? Isn't that? No, it's. Who's the young Turk?
Damn it.
All right,
Judge Tinkin.
Whatever. Like your facts. Fuck my comedy.
Nominations.
Fuck my comedy.
What comedy?
Thanks, Dovey.
Fuck facts.
Wait a minute, my brother's comedy.
Facts don't have feelings, but I do.
Hang on. Waiting until the pair had gone into Zero.
Didn't Fane have what?
Waiting until the pair had gone into Zero. That's a man's name.
I don't know, but yeah, is that I'm guessing?
The pair has gone into Zero. I like that.
I think that's how Mormons. I think that's how Mormons hit on each other.
It's soaking, Ryan.
No. They said, "Do you want to go to Zero?" And then there's you'd be like, "Oh, 7th level Zero or 6th level? I only do 5th level on the first date."
I thought that was like Scientology. So it's like, hey, the Holy Zero.
So there's another one here.
That's Xenu.
Okay.
Get your Colts right, then.
Yeah, I forgot.
Rand wiped hot juice from his chin.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. That's the best one we've had all day.
That is a good one. Lightly on the balls.
Okay.
Lightly on the balls of his feet. Oh, right. That's good. That's good.
Fane leaves. Lan shows up and he's like, bro, we should probably fucking split. There's a lot of commotion. We should leave. Rand's like, fine. Lan jumps up, all cool. Rand's like, so Lan grabs his hand. All right, come on, buddy. And then they fall. They're rolling down the slates. Oh no. Rand grabs onto something and grabs onto Lan. And he's like holding his head and his shoulders down like this. And he's holding on to something. Lan's just like, let go, bro. Let go. And he's like, oh, I will when the sun turns green, motherfucker. And then something broke and they both fell. And that's how the chapter ends. That was pretty captivating, right? Whatever his finger as a cop broke with a sharp snap, and the alley rushed up to meet them. Good one.
I have a drinking obligation. Earlier in one of these chapters, I think Lou Theron said meat pies and cold pasties.
Nice.
And
what? How did I miss that?
Meat pies. Yeah, they were called pasties. In fact, that's funny because that's a northern Michigan thing. You can get these pasties. And they're meat pies.
Yeah.
And they're pretty regional. I don't think. Josh, have you ever heard of them?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course.
But I know culinary stuff. That's why.
No,
like weird regional culinary.
Josh, have you ever made a cold pasty?
No.
Have you ever made a cold pasty?
No.
Have you ever made a cold pasty one?
Pasty one?
They're always.
Have you ever made a cold pasty warm?
No. I've only had them fresh.
Okay, we gotta fix. Okay, Moggy's long lost daughter. Your camera is. We have a camera malfunction. Do you help?
Okay. I didn't notice it was. No, let me try. Okay. Let me try to fix it. Ooh, yeah.
2 more chapters. Let's jump into this real fast, okay? Chapter 34 is called The Hummingbird's Secret. It's a Nynaeve chapter. She's like hanging out by the candle maker. She's like, all right, this is where my boys are coming back. Sounds good, right? No, suddenly there's some fucking commotion. She's like, oh no, it's by that place, by that fucking bootmaker. I need to go. She gets manhandled. She gets the bum rush. She gets escorted under her armpits by Min and Olivia and Cadsuane. They're like, nope, you ain't going anywhere near that. She's like, but I need to help them. They're like, no, you're just gonna fucking hurt. But Cadsuane's like, I made him a promise. I'm gonna help the boy. Don't worry about it. Rand wakes up in a cell. His gloves are gone. He's like, shit. They saw the dragons. Damn, that blows my cover. I had my cool black shoulder length hair. That was black and not red, but now they know I'm the dragon. Darn. He paces the floor. He sees he's in a 3-step by 2-step little cell. He sits down cross-legged, all zen in the middle, and he knows that if he reaches his arms out, he'll probably touch both walls. And he's trying to fight that PTSD that's welling up. Lews Therin is not trying to fight it. Lews Therin's like, no, this is bad. But Rand's
they hadn't invented trauma-focused CBT back in then. You know, he's... Anyways, no.
No, I haven't. We jump to Cadsuane. Cadsuane with her entourage goes in, and she's like, yeah, this sucks. I'm going to damage a really... I don't have any beef with this lady, but I need to set her straight. She goes in with some Aes Sedai and with some Ashamen. And they, her and Nynaeve both have wells so that they can access the power. They go in and pretty much do power demonstrations. They take the crown off, and then one of the Ashamen walks up like all tough, and Nynaeve puts the crown like and just floats it there, suggesting that the Ashaman was responsible. She's like, oh shit, can we leave with our lives? And she's like, sure, don't worry about it, it's fine. It says, will it be sufficient if we release him to you? She says, I think that it will, Cadsuane said. She said, damn it, boy. More or less, she had broken a good woman for his good. She said, I'm very sorry, Elias. She said,
building up a large account already, boy.
Yeah. Anything in that chapter before we jump to the final?
Well, just that there's some definite like resonance between Cadsuane's terms for Rand and Tesla. God damn it, the Queen Tyland's language around Matt.
Duckling, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
there's definitely some similarities.
Cadsuane's advice to Rand with the sea folk, you mean?
No, just the way that she calls him boy and like.
Oh, I see.
There's this like power dynamic involved. I mean, she's obviously not dressing him in pink ribbons and making him fuck her all night or whatever, or do whatever. But
Josh, can you imagine being at Whole Foods or Gelson's or Bristol Farm? Where do you shop? I guess Organic Town. Imagine going to Organic Town and having like a woman like at the like counter saying, "Oh, and here's my tomatoes, boy," and having the guy like having to like put up with that. I mean, golly, what a shitty diminishment. What happened to Sir? Right, Ryan? You with me? You're muted.
Sure.
Nah, he's not with me.
Sure, sir.
Sure, sir. You got it. Anyways. All right, chapter 35 is called With the Cohen call.
Damn, my bad. I tried to unmute and then I ended up like putting the whole computer into like rest mode. Dan, I am with you.
I'm glad you're back.
I'm 100% with you.
Let's jump into
there's a whole YouTube, there's a whole like TikTok channel where this guy just goes around Walmart calling people boy, saying, he'll be like, hand me that toilet paper, boy. And then he films the reaction, and it's insane.
It is so diminishing.
Insane.
It's the worst. Oh my gosh, why would you do that? Why? So Catswain, why would you do that? You want respect, you got to give respect. You know what? Anyway, let's jump to the.
Are you sure? Is it Dan? Dan, is it boy or is it boy?
Yeah, boy. It might be big boy. Chapter 35 is called With the Cohen Call. It has kind of the yin-yang sign. It would be Town and Country Surf and Sport, if you guys are familiar with
DNC, man.
DNC rule, yeah. Yeah, but it's the side inside art. It is the first, and this is
yourself, Dan.
What's that?
The DNC reference.
Yeah, no, of course. Of course, man. It's our show. We do what we want.
I do what I want.
This chapter has a bunch of jumps, so we're going to take them. I'm just going to start hitting with the hits here. Okay. Rand, he leaves the city. He's done. Cadswain gives the officer a folded paper. The paper pretty much is a CIA fucking covert shit. It says, signed and sealed by all 13 councils. The order said that there was to be no checking of peace bonds, no search of the pack horses. The parties' names were to be blotted out completely in the record books, and the order itself burned. Dark ops. Whoa. The guy's like, I've never seen that, but go ahead.
Well,
go ahead. I don't get paid enough.
What's silly is they'll find it when they do the audit, right? They'll audit it and find out that Rand and their people never left.
It'll be blotted out. No, they're all blotted out. They never existed. They're like Michael Knight from Knight Rider.
You think they're blotting out the incoming records as well?
Yeah, they're all blotted.
Right. As long as they're going out the same gate, are they?
No, they were going north.
If they're not going out the same gate, we know that the records don't exist there for them coming in.
I don't know, Josh. I'm sure that they meant to blot out.
It's explicit in the text. They said that if you don't go out the same gate you came in,
you don't get your swords back. Well, that's what you don't get.
Back, but presumably your records aren't removed. Whatever.
Let's just assume. How about this quote?
When the auditor
now that the time was near, she was stroking the bulge.
Yes.
Wow.
Guys, it's in the book. It's not me. Also, quote, a thin shaft. Yeah. Okay.
If you're into that.
No, I mean it is what it is. Rand announces that he's going to remove the taint, and the Ashaman are like, "Fuck yeah, yeah!" High fives. They're all yeah. They do like their secret handshakes. All the other Aes Sedai are like, "Do you even know? Do you even know? Do you even know?" What? And Rand's like, well, I don't know. I know that, quote, one Ashaman in 50 had gone mad and had to be put down like a rabid dog. Okay.
Huh?
Moggy's sister.
Yeah.
So they're just, how do you think this culling happens? So they're in their.
Which part are we on? I'm sorry, I'm catching up.
They're in the Black Tower. Yeah, no. 1 in 50 Ashaman have gone mad, and have had to be put down by a rabid dog, like a rabid dog.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and more are going to happen. I'm going to be one of them, maybe. Guys, we need to clean this tent.
Then they Atticus Finch him.
How'd they Atticus Finch him?
Just take the shotgun. Say, children, don't look. Shoot it.
Wait, are we on? Are we on 32?
You stoically go back home and eat biscuits and drink coffee.
Hold on, Atticus Finch shot something.
Atticus Finch shot it. Yeah, he shot it.
Okay.
What? You're on 35?
35.
He shot a rabbit dog.
Sorry.
I don't remember.
Where was I? Jesus, sorry.
Was it gonna get Scout?
It just could have gotten any of them.
Is my camera too
Deb?
close?
It is.
No, yeah, Atticus
Too
Finch
close?
shot the rabbit dog.
This
Chad,
is
help me
Tacoma
out.
Mockingbird? Okay.
Better?
I don't remember it. So, anyways, Rand is like, all right, I got to cleanse the taint. Ashamen are going crazy. I'm probably going to go crazy. This has to happen. I don't know if it's going to break the world. Maybe I'll break the world. I don't know. Grab some popcorn.
Maybe I'll break the world. Maybe I won't. We're just going to have to see.
So, Catswin's like, you impetuous boy. Where's this going to be? And he's like, Shadow Logos. She's like, badass. I'm with you. Good idea. So Min kisses his eyeballs.
Yeah, I really liked this. You guys are chuckling. I liked this. It was a tender and sweet moment. I was driving, and so I was by myself, and I like let out an audible like, "Oh." Aw. It is such a tender and sweet thing, and I just love Min, and that's something like I would do. I don't know. I love this scene. I think it was really sweet.
Rand opened his eye briefly, and he saw.
She didn't French tongue his. God damn it! We can't have any good moments on this show.
She
No
was
tender moments on this show.
She was licking his tear duct.
I agree, Kay.
She's like, oh, hey, you got a little sleep there.
Yeah, let me get that for you.
French.
I'll still yes and you, Dan, even when you're annoying me.
See, I knew you'd come around. I'll just keep kicking that.
You keep poking the bear.
Evan's like, hey, Lord Lord Rand, you're gonna clean the taint. That's the best. This makes me happy. And he's like, you are like maybe 17, and he was in Dumais Wells. This dude has seen shit. He's like, yeah, the taint sucks though, right? He's like, yeah. Tells Nynaeve, hey, all right, we should probably begin then. Nynaeve's like, should we wait for Kalendor? He's like, nope, I gave it to someone else. Nope, it's all good. Let's do it. She whips out her both the keys. She sits on a rock. He sits cross-legged in front of him. Yeah, and the whole process of linking is described with some great detail, but it's essentially they both have to get used to saidin and saidar before they can both be a part of it, which happens eventually. There's a lot of power going on, and Rand is like, he's like on speed. He's like, we get an Elsa chapter. It starts off with her fingering the great serpent.
This is the way.
She is so 100% into protecting Rand.
Right. Elsa.
She's like, we got to protect him.
Elsa.
Come, Elsa, Marie said.
Elsa.
Circles were forming up. Most of them were like two women and one guy. They were combined. They were all like, a lot of them were combined, and a lot of them were with their warders. That's a fun thing to be able to bond like with your channeling warder. This is a dynamic I don't think we've seen much. So this is, I don't know, it's kind of cool.
So who is it that Rand gave Kalendar to? Some random Ashman we've never heard of before?
Yeah, it looks like he gave it to Cadsuane. Cadsuane kind of gave it to someone, and he's like, "Yeah, all right."
Like, what the fuck? How did that just become so like not a big deal?
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, because Cadsuane.
Like, I'm sorry, but that seems like a plot inconsistency. Here you go.
Yeah, it does not.
That can so I'll be over here maybe possibly destroying the world, but I'm gonna give you this thing I can definitely destroy nations. It's some dude who I don't know who obviously can channel one power.
Yeah, you take this.
No, but the way it's designed, he is not channeling. He is just
Elza's in charge.
Yeah, he's just like an in between, right? Like
Elza's
he's just
it's her Ashaman warder, right? It says
it wasn't Elza's. It was what's her name?
Added her Ashaman warder to the circle. He was darkly beautiful, but the crystal sword in his hand shone with a faint light. And she could feel the incredible seething tumult that must be Saidin. So,
by the way, he buried Kalendar. This is the most video game moment of this whole thing, is where he buried it, but only he could see like a light coming up,
coming from it,
like a beacon light to where he buried it. I don't know. It seemed like
it's very
Elden Rings.
Well, also very again, Sword in the Stone. Another Sword in the Stone Arthurian reference, I feel like.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, very Sword in the Stone.
So they finally get the control of Saidin and Saidar.
It literally was the sword in the Stone of Tear.
It was the sword in the stone, correct? Yeah.
No, I mean,
yeah. And then he planted it, and said, "I'll be back. I'll be back." So they channel into the keys, and suddenly the statues become activated. We get 2 points of view. One from Kyrian, outside Kyrian. We got our guy Barmillan. Bob
Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
He's riding his wagon into town. He doesn't think he's going to get good prices on the brandy anyways, because it's dog shit and it's late in the season. He sees the statue going. It's like so bright, and he's like, "Fuck this noise! I am going back home and I'm drinking all my brandy."
Going back to Cali.
Timna has a different reaction. She's on Tremalking. She sees this shit happening, and she says, quote, sat down on the ground smiling to think that she might see the fulfillment of prophecy in the end of illusion.
End of illusion.
I think that's a later... isn't that a Genesis song where they have the puppets?
This is the world we live in. These are the puppets we've been given.
The age of illusion. I don't know.
So I mean, the end of illusion. It's such a. Where is she again?
Tremalking.
Oh, right. So she's an Athanier. So for her, this is something related to the Coromor, right?
There's a similar sentiment that we've heard from the Aiel when they say that we will all have to wake from the dream at one point or another, referring to life. Is that the same thing as the Age of Illusion, per se?
End of illusion?
Or End of Illusion?
No, I mean, the way I read it is more like in the Christian sense of like revealing the true heaven or whatever. Like, or
this is Hail Bop.
Yeah. We shouldn't laugh about that, but yes, it's a bad joke.
No, it was a. I would give it a 7. It wasn't bad.
So where are we?
It was good, bad. Yeah.
We're about to hit the first Sindane point of view. I think it's the.
You really are one of the chosen. I will serve you. Is how it starts.
Or 5th point of view. Yeah. If you truly are one of the chosen.
If you truly are one of the chosen. Oh my gosh. Wow. We've gone through Lot. Okay.
Yeah,
Isn't with the chode drinking out of
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Did we get all of the edging of the source, like edging with the source and stuff?
Oh, when Nynaeve
when he had
just
that-
like moaning and
You must put yourself
No,
right
when
on
he
the
had-
edge of embracing.
Yeah,
The
when he had to
source.
tantric it, he had to become Sting. They're like,
yeah, he
here's
was
how you
staying in
do it.
his fourth
You
hour.
got to become
and
like
then-
Sting. You got to get right there, and you can't finish them. You got
Yeah, where the fuck are we? I think that is an ultimate good question for this particular paragraph. These two paragraphs. Where
we were moving through, but yeah.
where
And
is
then take a quick breath. He knew it lasted only an instant, yet it seemed he endured for hours before.
nice?
I like that.
Was Tremalking the island
Yeah.
where the Shanshan had staged their attack? The Athenir island that we see at the end of book 3, where we see do you guys remember what I'm talking about? It's
Wait,
it's
say it again, Josh.
at the end of very end, I think it's of book 3. There's this section where I think we're on Tremalking. We're on some sort of Athan Mier island where the Sanshin had fled to, and we're staging their attack back on Ranland. I think it's at the end of book 3. It's a very short thing. And
Okay.
I remember reading the end of that book and being afraid that the next book was just going to be all Shanshin. And then we didn't see them for like another 3 books
Hmm.
Mhm.
again.
Mm.
So that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
it sticks out to me. But I think that was on Tremalking.
I think so as well. There was, I think Hareen actually had an encounter with the Shanshin while coming back from there or something.
Right.
So Sindane. Sindane is she's questioning some dark friend, and she's like, "Oh shit, there's some shit going down." She cuts off his head, and then she cuts off his head and then pushes his body so she doesn't get any blood
Doesn't
on
get blood on her
her dress.
It's awesome.
And then she forms a gateway and just bolts. She ends up it says a beacon she could point to beckoning her. She ends up in the forest, and she says, carefully she drew on the power to spin a web for his death. Then we have Catswain. Lightning starts coming out of the air. And she's like, lightning!
Dubai style shit going on, basically.
But she had formed a barrier, an iron dome, that whole Israeli dome thing.
Just like Dumai Wells, right? This is what they did at Dumai Wells as well, right?
Yeah, a bit. Same. You know what? If it ain't broke. All right. So, quote: Nynaeve was swaying, groaning with the ecstasy of such an unbelievable mass. Drink. Okay. Drink. I did.
Wait, okay.
She has an angrial that like points to where shit is happening, and so as soon as like it's a sparrow bird,
But they don't
And
know
as
how
soon
far away, right?
you can't say how far, but she knows where. And as soon as it happens, she just points and goes there, and everyone just throws fireballs in that general vicinity.
Yeah.
That general direction.
But so before that, what I was seeing was like Rand is just sitting there, right? And sweating. And like his eyes are just glossed over, right? Like I imagined him being like bug-eyed and just glossed over completely.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you guys read as well?
Yeah, pretty much. He's not seeing anything.
Are you talking about me?
Open.
I feel like she's making fun of us, Tim.
No,
Yeah.
his were like polished sapphires. That's neither one of you boys. I'm sorry. Oh wait, do you have blue eyes, Dan?
No, they're green.
Well, green is better anyway. So.
I like blue eyes.
Hey.
Ryan, I like
green
your blue eyes. Then we jump to Rand. Rand is holding on for dear life. Quote. All right. All right. Quote. This one's a good one, actually. Tide of filth flooding through that coal. Wait. All right. Hold on. Tide of filth flooding through that odd flower. The taint on the mail.
The taint on the mail.
Yeah.
That odd flower.
Odd
Isn't that
flower. That odd flower.
Isn't that a butthole?
That's a starfish.
Right? I mean, yeah. Well, it's
No, butthole is a starfish, isn't
it's
it?
an odd flower.
Not a flower? I thought an odd flower was just like an odd person, like an odd girl or something.
I don't know.
Like she's an odd flower.
Yeah.
But if you're referring to the butthole, I think that one is the starfish. But I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
We jump to a Demodred. Demodred, his philosophy is, quote, if he could undo what Althor had done at the source, undo it sharply and suddenly, I might well kill the man or at least sear his ability to channel out of him. Fire suddenly bursts around him. He's like, whoa. But he weaves a gateway, jumps across. He sees an old man with a couple women. He's like, who are these people? Quote, he hesitated to kill them, whoever they were. Any use of the power would warn Althor. But suddenly the old man stopped and thrust out his hand straight towards Demodred, and Demodred found himself frantically fending off a net of sardine.
Brother Dan, he pulled the James Brown at the end of his concerts when he's tired. And he's got the American flag on his back. And he dun 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 boom!
And then
he's like hot
steps in America.
I feel good. Over in
Atlanta.
Yeah.
DC.
You built fire.
New York. We get Sindane. Sindane, quote, skirts hiked to her knees, cursing. Yeah.
Wait. Can we go back for a second?
Yep.
Who's the bald-headed old man with a fringe of white hair that was limping along between the two women? Who were these people?
It's one of the Ashamen.
Okay, we don't know them specifically.
Yeah, we learned his name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
His name is Dudley Do-Right.
I think his name
All
is
right.
Dwight Eisenhower.
No, it's Bernie Sanders, yeah.
Obviously. Okay, moving on. So sorry I interrupted.
No, the 10%. Sindane is dodging fire. She forms a few gateways and jumps around. Osangar. We learn, quote, those months masquerading as Corlin de Shiva had not made him any...
See? Boom!
Well
Boom, Josh.
done, Josh. Well done, Kay. You guys sussed
Fucking
that out.
genius. No, I think Josh sussed that out.
Osangar admits he's not a soldier, says, quote, the Trollocs were his making, and thus the Myrddraal and many other creatures that had rocked the world. Yeah, and I'll rock them all. I'm a cowboy.
Dahmer is the other guy.
Yeah, is he a Forsaken as well, do you think?
No, Dahmer? No. Dahmer is the old man. Sorry, I was still looking for
Oh, there's Dom and Dahmer?
Dom and Dahmer.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, we have this is the guy that made all the Trollocs, and the Myrddraal had sprung from them.
Right.
Yeah, and he's like, he obviously the Chosen should have been here, but they're not here. I don't see any of them.
Oh, and he thinks this is the guy. This is the one that thinks he should be the Great Lord.
Well,
Okay,
this is the
yeah.
woman. This is the male one who died at the Green.
Masqueraded as a woman, though, right?
Well, now he's been reincarnated as a woman by Moradin, or by the Great Lord, and it's punishment that he's a woman now, supposedly.
No, that's the other guy.
Wait, that's the other one.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the other one.
That's the other one.
Asangar?
Agadar is Osangar, and Balal became
Asangar.
Asangar. The lady.
Asangar is the woman?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah. So he has his own
She
strategy.
step out. We see her too, where a woman steps out and is channeling Saidin.
Yeah, no, she's there too. I mean, she.
Yes.
Yeah, they're there
Because
too.
she's in disguise. She's a
Bartholomew.
yeah. Yeah.
Balal.
Wow.
Is it Balal?
Yeah, there you go.
Or is it Balthamo? Is
Balthamo?
that?
The bee man. Okay,
Balls on
the
your
bee
mom?
man.
Balls on your mom.
Balls.
Balls on your mom is
Oh
Ball.
yeah,
Moradin.
balls on your mom.
Is
Yeah,
Balsamon.
Balsamon is Moradin, right?
That's what I
Chocolate nuts
thought.
in a chewy Balthamel center.
yeah. No, who died? Okay, hey, Chad. Is it Balal who is now Asangar, or is it Balthamon?
What? No.
What?
Anyways.
Hmm?
What?
All right.
Which?
Anyways. No. Chocolate.
Balthamol is how you say balsamon with caramel in your mouth.
Balsamon.
Balsamon.
Nice.
Then we get
Caramel.
a Varen point of view. Varen sees a Forsaken lady. She's like, I think I'm going to try to capture her. Turns out there's a battle.
Drinking obligation. Are we just going to watch her? Shalon whispered.
Nice.
I like that.
Nice. Okay, I have one too. Crouching again, he bit his lip.
Nice.
Very good. Then we get Eben. Eben, our youthful, eager, wanting the taint cleansed Ashaman. He sees some more people too, and a woman comes out. She's like, "Hey, can you help me? I lost my way. I don't have my horse." So, suddenly Eben felt the blood drain from his face. "She's holding Saidin," he shouted, and threw himself at her as he felt Daigon draw deeply on the power. The Daigon Alley.
Diagon Alley. Yeah.
Yeah. Daigon Alley.
Diagon Alley.
Suddenly we have Sindane. Back to Sindane. Guys, we're jumping all over the fucking...
This chapter gave me whiplash. I'm not even kidding. It was just like, yeah, all over the place. But it was really cool. But very different, I thought, than like previous battle type situations.
Yeah, because there is no one... Well, this also, like... Robert Jordan having experienced battles, this gives the true fog of war to a certain degree that no one knows. They're like just seeing people in the woods. They're like, oh, is this an enemy or not? And suddenly they're shooting at him. There, another one here. Sindane sees this blonde woman. She's like, oh, blonde woman. Okay, well, that's probably fine. Suddenly a ball of fire streaked towards Sindane, and then it unravels. And they're like, yeah, just people are just shooting at each other, not knowing who is around. Forsaken are like, yeah, I guess no other Forsaken are here. That's weird. Just weird.
Dan, check this out.
Everyone has their own point of view because they have limited perception, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, here. Check out what chat's doing here. Liz Junior.
She's channeling Saidin.
She's channeling. Shadow her on.
She's got a stick. Wait.
Nice.
Wait. I never thought of it like that, Ryan.
Oh, she might just be transgender?
Like really good. She passes really good though.
Hey, that's a thing.
That's one of the funniest.
So Sindane's fighting, the earth heaves beneath their feet. They're doing the shit. We get Mogideon. Mogideon had delayed coming. Is
Mama.
Delayed in coming. She delayed in coming. She likes rimming. Well,
and she is the first one that shows us this
Quote, an immense flattened dome of black in the forest, as though night had turned to stone. She flinched as a ripple passed across the dark surface, and the dome heaved perceptibly higher. She just sits back. She says, retreating away from the shining key and the strange dome, she sat down to, quote, watch from the shadows and survive.
With her hand in her chin, right?
Yeah, she's just like
I love how throughout this whole thing, I was telling Ryan earlier that I love how Mo Gideon is just fearless. Like it's mentioned a couple times how she just doesn't have any fear. What?
Mm-hmm. Mo Gideon?
Yeah, well, that's what. Yeah, they mentioned it a couple times.
She's totally fearful. She's the spider.
I think you might be confused with Sindane, I think.
Am I?
Yeah, Sindane's when it gets blown up and she's like
reincarnated, right?
Okay, where is the chapter for Mo Gideon? I want to just.
It's the same chapter. It's
43. It's one paragraph after.
Oh, here, Mo Gideon. I see.
The high hilltop is where
the high hilltop was not very near the access key. Is the chapter where Mo Gideon is, but she's very like shy and doesn't want to get involved.
Walk from the shadows.
So what do you? By the way, while you're looking for that,
I guess I was.
What do you think this actually felt like to the Forsaken or the Chosen? Like, what was this beacon? What?
Well, they're all like 1/1000th of that drip would be ecstasy.
Yeah.
I mean, so is it just like a big glow in the sky to them? Is it like they feel that?
Dan, it's like seeing that big old pile of coke in the Al Pacino's movie,
and you're like, say hello
they're
to
like
my
just
little
the
friend.
Smallest little bit would
Coke
send
dick?
me to the fucking moon.
Uh-huh.
And he's got a whole trough full of it.
Say hello.
Hey.
We get Rand. Rand inside his head is screaming.
I love how Sindane is like, no woman can be stronger than me as I used to be.
She's all
Yeah.
what?
She has to have an Ungreal.
Yeah.
That's impossible.
She must be cheating.
Cheater.
Rigged.
Yeah,
Rigged. This is a rigged battle.
Yeah,
No,
Mod.
I'm
Hey,
the
yeah,
greatest
no,
battle.
fine.
I'm the greatest challenger. This is a rigged battle.
It sounds like my kid when he loses an Overwatch. He's like,
Have you guys watched any of The Gentleman on Netflix?
no, I don't like mustaches. Sorry, Ryan.
No. I'm not into that kind of porn.
You should watch it.
The
Is
gentleman.
it 2 gentlemen, 1 cup?
I don't know what that means. Is that some sort of sex move, Dan? You want to show a demonstration for us?
Uh-huh.
Dan?
At the end of the book, there should be some crude sexual acts going on. That's our standard, I feel like.
All right. Are you guys watching?
Is there fisting going on right now?
Are you seeing?
2 gentlemen, 1 cup.
All right. And now.
Uh-huh.
Boom! The end.
The end.
Bravo!
I thought that 2 girls took a shit in 1 cup.
Chapter 35.
Anyway.
Then yeah. So then we have Cadswain. Cadswain's like, give me an update, Min, and Min's like, he's alive, but he's hurt. Maybe. I don't know. He's alive, but he's hurting. She's like, all right. She goes over and gives him a little healing. She's like, oh, he might be dying of exhaustion. This is weird. Quote, with a moan, Nynaeve slipped from her stone seat to the ground.
Uh-huh. His fingers writhing just above her.
And her dress was sodden.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Wow. I've never seen Nynaeve in this light before. Wow.
Strands of hair.
See, she's getting down.
She's like, no more, she whimpered. I can't
Nynaeve's
stand it
and
anymore.
Monica Lewinsky all over the
That's a
place.
big obligation,
except
isn't
for
it?
the- Not.
Yeah, because she knows the safe word and that's not it.
Huh?
Okay. So that's really funny. It just dawned upon me.
What?
There has to be in this freaky ass community of Wheel of Time fans, some couple out there uses this as their safe word.
Ryan, that's just because it causes instant erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, I didn't use it before, but I will now.
I will know.
Yeah, you have to, and it's 19 seconds long. So
Spontaneous ED.
So now we have freaking Osangar. Osangar, he's like, oh, I'm so close. Laughing softly, he wove balefire. But not so fast, says Elza, as Elza sees it, and quote, Corlin Deshiva was only one of the Ashaman because she sees Deshiva, but it's fucking Osangar. A large ball of coruscating fire surrounding the other hilltop, red and gold and blue. When it was gone, that other hill ended in a smooth surface 50 feet lower than the old crest.
So Cadsuane always uses bird metaphors typically for people, except for Rand, who she calls boy. She calls Nynaeve a swallow, and she had a couple of other bird references earlier in this chapter as well. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, also her ornaments.
Her hair ornaments with birds, yeah.
Mm-hmm. One is a shrike,
right,
which I had to look up. It is like a chickadee.
Have you noticed her nicknaming any men with bird names, Josh?
Is it all women? Maybe.
Yeah, is it all women?
Oh, maybe.
I feel like it's all women.
Okay.
So do you? No,
I'm just wondering
really
if it's a male thing or if it's like a Rand thing. And if it's a Rand thing, that might just like be more to your point of like he's like a baby on this new plane of existence.
Well, she's 500, so anyone to her is a boy who's not, or whatever. She's the oldest Aes Sedai, right?
That we know of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is she? 1,000? 800?
Who knows?
2,000? Not a day over 40.
You don't ask the lady her age, Josh.
Right. She doesn't have crow's feet. Then we jump to Moghedien. Moghedien is again watching this whole thing. She's like, oh, I see that fucking key is right there. But yeah, nothing. But she's more focused on this swelling big balloon of badness that's going. It's now 2 feet or more in the air, or I'm sorry, 2 miles or more in the air. And it says, quote, suddenly something writhed up from the dark, smooth surface like a flame if flames were blacker than black. Then another, until the dome boiled with Stygian fire. The dome collapsed in on itself in the space of a heartbeat to a pinpoint, to nothing. It was wind that howled then, rushing towards the vanished dome, dragging her along the stony ground. Suddenly, Cadsuane. Cadsuane's looking at the ter'angreal that is, or ter'angreal that is completely melted. It's all fucked. Where Shadow Logoth had been, there was now a huge opening in the forest, perfectly round and so wide that even with the sun low on the horizon, she could see the far side sloping down into the earth. Nynaeve and Rand are both unconscious.
So basically, the dude, not only did he cleanse the taint, but he eradicated basically like this wound on the surface of the planet, right? So is his side going to hurt anymore now that Shadow Logoth is gone? One of his stop hurting, the one from the dagger? I wonder.
I would hope so. Yeah, I wonder.
Because it started getting worse the closer he got, right?
Yeah.
It says here, the wounds in the boy's side were unchanged, though Damer had expected they would be. It was all very disturbing.
It still doesn't tell us whether or not it will still hurt, right?
We haven't heard, but they're still existent at least. Diagon Alley is cradling young Evan's corpse. Chimera is dead. And quote, Ryan, to your point, their lips moving silently in prayer for her soul. Which I wonder who they are intoning to.
Yeah.
Anyways. It's clean, Jahar said softly yet again. It's clean. Dahmer and Jahar both said the same thing. The taint was gone, but how could they be sure some scrap did not remain?
Saidin was so alien that anything could be hidden in that mad chaos.
Mm-hmm. And then it says night fell, and on distant tree malking, the word began to spread that the time of illusions was at an end. And we have reached the end of book 10? 9?
9. But with 10th,
9.
10th book for
Can I
us.
just do a poltergeist moment for a second and say,
Guys.
this taint is clean.
This taint is cleansed. I do want to point out, let's jump right to the glossary and let me ask you guys what your opinion of this glossary in general. Do you find it useful? Do you find what?
I am just learning that there is a glossary in the back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was waiting to hear what she said.
So
I like how it evolves as the books go on and you know more about stuff. I've noticed that. Where like some of the definitions have changed. Now that we know more about the story.
Mm-hmm.
This shit to me is baffling. Let me explain. All right. We have when going through what is chosen to be in the glossary or what is not, let me just point out the people that are mentioned. There's the first one is Seven Bauer. The next is Padden Fane, which makes sense to me. Next is David Hanlon. Then there's Ishtara, which is the first queen of Andor. Then the next name we have is the Prophet. And then that's it.
but we
Sword
also have
Captain,
Master of the Lances, Master of the Horse.
right? And it's like
Origin also.
The Lance Captain.
Oh, that's
yeah,
Lance
Sword Captain,
Captain.
the Lance Captain.
Right.
Yeah, they have
knitting circle.
they have like 5 S's and then they just jump to one W.
Yeah.
There's no T's, there's no E's, there's no N's. Like it's just a weird glossary to me. Kate, what do you think?
I'm trying to figure out, that was your point of the glossary? I'm just genuinely trying.
My point is
that they don't have enough variety of names in the alphabet, so we don't have very much.
My point is, I kind of think that Robert Jordan is punking us a little bit with his glossary choices. It's an odd choice of things to include in the glossary. It doesn't really tell us all that much about it. Doesn't clear up much. It doesn't. I don't see the point of it, to be honest. When you're going to tell us who Seven Bauer is, that's who you're putting in there. That's weird. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's a very esoteric listing that is included within this, and half of them are like, "Oh, see this." Yeah. It's dumb.
I always love that kind of definition, like when they use 4 different words that you also need the definition to in the definition, and you're like, what the fuck?
yeah. I don't. Yeah,
Remember those days?
I was just looking at the glossary, saying, why did they put any of this in here? Like it doesn't. It's not helpful. It's moderately at best, but it's also so bizarre, some of the things that they decided to put in. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
I haven't read it though. Once I read it, I'll be able to give you a much better
opinion.
answer and
Well, part of the book,
opinion.
yeah.
Yes, of how
Oh shit, Dan! I never read the glossary.
Come on! I read it.
You know what? I quit.
I read it in the beginning.
Well,
I'm like, how do I say that? Who knows?
Dan,
read the consolidation definition, Kay, at some point.
Okay.
It's interesting. Tell us about it.
I am going to buy my book next time at Barnes and Noble so that I can get the same version, like the big one. You
Get
know,
the big
like
one.
the one that you have, Josh. Yeah, and the one you guys have. Yeah, exactly. So that we're on the same page and it's not so
I
confusing.
don't know if I will be next time. I have a hardback copy the next time.
So let's talk
So you
about
do?
the cover. Then we do see that this is Rand with
Ooh.
The Shonen Kai. Shonen Kai.
Yeah, with the access key, sitting cross-legged,
Yep.
doing his thing.
And he's got very blue eyes in that.
All right, Dan, do you have the next book by any chance?
I do right over here. Do you want me to go get it?
Yeah, let's look at the cover and let's make some predictions about what we might be reading in the next book.
Ooh. Can we see the glossary?
Oh, next book, yeah. See how the definitions change? No, but we got Perrin.
No, I mean right now, like, then we'll know, like, what to guess.
No, I hear you. Faio is captured by Perrin.
Obviously.
He's a good boy. He's gonna go.
I don't really look at it too much. I just think it's interesting too sometimes.
Okay, here is the cover. Knife of Dreams.
Knife of Dreams.
So who's that dark-haired woman behind him?
Is that Rand?
I don't know.
It's Lan. It's Lan and Nynaeve. Right?
Knife of Dreams.
And what is that in the background? It looks
Is
like
that
a
an octopus man?
octopus ninja.
Yeah, right?
And, oh, there's going to be squid ninjas in the next book.
The
So
Squid
clearly
Ninjas.
the octopus squid ninjas are going to be infiltrating and trying to fuck shit up even further.
UFOs are going to land with alien squid ninjas, and it's totally going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Squinjas.
We're going to have UFOs come down, and we're going to have a whole nother... This is going to get really sci-fi.
Do you think that's Nynaeve?
It's definitely Nynaeve. It's Nynaeve and with his... Why is the Tadori so big?
I don't know if it's a
That's
Chidori.
Lan?
I don't know. I'm making guesses here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got a lot to learn, apparently. Oh, that's Knife of Dreams. Sorry. But, so it's not the next book.
Wait, what? You motherfucker.
Cool.
So-
Well, that was
Sorry.
fun, though, huh?
Sorry.
Is the taint
Octopus
clean?
squid to look forward
cleansed?
to in Knife of
Jesus,
Dreams,
Dad,
at
that's-
least.
So you don't even know.
All right, is the taint cleansed? And what do you think that means?
That now the advantage that the Forsaken males had, Forsaken who can channel Saidin, now goes away. All the Ashman are at the same capability. And it, in theory, won't go mad. What
Right.
happens to all of the false dragons who have not been stilled? It's clean
Yeah, I
for
thought that was like the point is that like, it cleanses like so it makes
all
the
male
ability
channelers.
to use it like safe.
Right. I'm just
For
thinking
male
of like Mazrim Tame. Like, what happens to Mazrim Tame when this happens? Does he
Right. Is it like
more
CTE
powerful?
where it just stays, or does it go away?
Right. He filtered it basically through Sidar, right? Like a coffee filter, a giant Sidar coffee filter.
Well, what happened to Shadow Logoth then?
Well, I understood it was like oil and water.
By the dome of negative energy, I guess.
Hmm.
I love how it was described. The last sentence is like the tomb of Shadar Logoth was open, put on display or something.
Right.
Below lay the tomb of Shadar Logoth, open to give the world hope. So
hoping to give the world hope.
no, open to give the
Open.
world.
Okay, beautiful.
The tomb is open. In the time of Alusta, the time of, I guess, Shadow Logoth being destroyed is a prophecy on Tremalking, part of the Coromor, maybe? The myth of the Coromor? I mean, we don't know.
Is Catswain gonna teach Rand to laugh and cry?
I hope so.
And how do you think she's
Otherwise, this would just be a really fucking sad story.
Crossroads of what?
This is Crossroads of Twilight. Maybe
Oh,
this
God.
might be the next book. It might not be. We don't know.
No, it is.
That's ambiguous.
Book
I don't-
9. Or book
Book
10.
10. So what book is
This-
the Moiraine one, New Spring? 12?
Yes,
12.
that's book. Technically, like book 5, I think, but you're supposed to read it later.
Is Moraine really dead?
No. It's book 12. You're right. No, I'm sorry.
It's between like 9 and 10. No, I think it was done after Winter's Heart, or done after Crossroads. It's
So
late.
it's not numbered then.
Correct. It's a
So the
prologue.
series is only 14 books with New Spring as an outlier. I see. Okay. All right.
Guys, we did it. Winter's Heart in the can. Ching.
I miss Moraine.
So I was actually thinking about this. Sindain, if Sindain is Lanfear, which she sure appears to be, how was she brought back if she was stuck behind the doorway? So in theory, Moiraine might be back too. And could Moiraine be a different person, like Sindain is a different person?
I
Interesting.
fucking
And
hope so.
we know that Sindain is also encumbered by that box, the Cursiova or whatever.
Super, yeah.
Could that also be the case with Moiraine?
Well, we only saw the two Korsupra. We know who's there. They're Sindains and Mogideans.
Are you sure she comes back as a human, or maybe she comes back as a horse?
Bella horse.
Wah, wah, wah.
Bum-ba-dee-da, bum-ba-dee-da, bum-ba-dee-da.
Okay. Okay, we're done.
He's riding on the snout.
Bum-ba-dee-da.
No.
Oh man, so many ways to get canceled.
Happy trails to
To you
dee-da, bum-ba-dee.
until we read book
good
10.
Yes.
So it is all Aes Sedai who show disdain about accepting the Ashaman's understanding of whether or not the taint was gone, right? So it'll be interesting to see what Rand's perspective is when he wakes up.
Well, let's ask this. I mean, so is Moiraine?
Well, if she isn't brought back by the Dark One, by the Great Lord,
Ouch.
then she's still stuck behind the stone doorway? Or maybe she is really dead.
Well, Josh, we know that he is the Lord of the Grave.
Yeah.
We've seen
Henry
different
Frank-
chosen who have died, who have come back as someone else, and now you think that Lanfear has come back as someone else. Is it unreasonable to think that she may have died?
I mean, that is the case with the other ones. They all died.
Mm-hmm.
Going all the way back to the Green Man, when Ashangar and Oshangar died. Asmodean, we know, is not going to be reincarnated. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dark friend. I don't have my dark friend on here today because Ryan called me Sweetie Cunt last show, but
He's Sweetie Cunt, though. And so, with that logic, then, why would not Moiraine also be in that situation as well? It's an interesting thought, you know.
So, but when the Great Lord brings them back, they can come back at any age. Like, are they just hatched like clones? Like, are these clones maybe that were just enchanted, as opposed to like being reincarnated? Like, does he just pop their consciousness into a clone body?
like the Venture Brothers, the two sons.
Yeah, we're all made in the creator's image, Josh.
And,
Yeah, that's a great pull. If you know, you know.
So yeah, we have a lot of questions that hopefully will be answered when we dig into Crossroads of Twilight. I don't know. Are we going to do that? I guess we'll talk about it after. But Jordan Con is coming up. That Josh and Ryan and I are going to. Kay has responsibilities at home that she cannot leave, but we will be there. So I'm not sure if we're going to do maybe our first thing live or if we'll do it beforehand. But we'll figure it out. We'll keep you guys posted in our Discord and Twitter. Thank you all for joining us so much. The book 10, man, coming up.
ciao.
Yeah.
I love you,
again.
and I'm proud of you. Thank you for joining us again each and every Tuesday and Sunday.
Thank you all for being here. We love you guys.
Okay,
I love the chat. They're amazing. So funny. I love interacting with chat during this. It's like so much fun. So
Well, but Kay and Josh, let me just thank you guys once again. When we hit at the end of the book, I reflect that none of this would be without you both. So thank you for your time, for your energy, for your personality and your charisma, and thanks for being my friend.
Thank you.
Hey. Thanks for being my friend.
Ryan.
Now watch this drive.
Reading fuck off.